Springs police tells WSB 22-year-old Randy Bernard Clark is facing a charge of kidnapping. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock makes a push for more affordable housing.
Warnock says his new bill, the American Housing and Economic Mobility Act, aims to create new affordable housing units across the country.
We aim to create some 3 million new units of housing, both through new construction, rehabilitation, and renovation.
He says the bill could also bring down rent in Georgia by about 10%. The projects would be paid for by increasing the estate tax threshold to levels not seen since the end of the George W. Bush administration, a change also proposed within the bill. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
News about your health, a possible new defense against colon cancer.
Taking aspirin at least twice a week may reduce your risk of colorectal cancer. That according to a new study involving nearly 110,000 men and women over nearly 30 years. Researchers found that regular aspirin use cut the chances of colorectal cancer even among those with unhealthy lifestyle, including people who smoked, had a poor diet, or were overweight. The study is published in the journal JAMA Oncology. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
At the Paris Olympics today, Simone Biles wins gold in the all-around competition. Suni Lee takes the bronze. In the pool, American Reagan Smith wins silver in the 200 butterfly. And Team USA shocks the world in rowing. The men's 4 team of Nick Mead, Justin Best, Michael Grady, and Liam Corrigan taking home gold. It is now 3:03, and the Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Kobe Dawkins in the 24-hour traffic center.
Bill, we're seeing delays on the east side of the perimeter I-285 southbound. Brake lights stretching from Spaghetti Junction to the Stone Mountain Freeway, and not any better on the downtown connector 7585 northbound and southbound. You're starting to look packed from 17th Street to University Ave. I'm Kobe Dawkins, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today. High 94, heat index values 105 to 110. A few pop-up storms can't be ruled out, but mainly dry. Lows tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, high 96. Saturday, partly cloudy with hit or miss storms, high 92.
And right now, Storm Tracker radar showing no rain in the metro area, but there is some rain north of Gainesville at this hour. It's 92 in Dallas, 93 in College Park, 95 in Duluth. More news at 3:30, breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Wishing a happy 35th birthday to the internet today. Happy 35th birthday!
Happy
Woo-hoo!
birthday! It's been nothing but greatness since you came along 35 years ago. I think we can all agree the world has just gotten better and better and better.
We've gotten smarter.
Oh, people have gotten smarter.
I think y'all ought to thank me.
Oh, Al Gore, thank you for inventing the internet.
Well, I did a lot of work on the internet, and that's why y'all have it.
And the fun didn't start until the TikTok dances got going. I think we could all agree we all are better as a human race.
Well, I like the original downloading JPEGs.
Yeah, well, you got to start somewhere.
I
But
had fun.
once we got to the floss, somewhere around 2010, I don't know when it was. I think when the floss came along.
Oh, no, what about that whoop, 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 that everybody would, like, stop, and then they would dance, and they would
Oh,
freak
no, you're
out.
talking about the Harlem Shuffle.
Yes.
The
Harlem
only-
Shake?
Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake, yeah.
Harlem
Yeah.
Shuffle is a terrible remake by the Rolling Stones. Yeah, the Harlem Shake, by the way, which I think is the coolest thing that has ever happened in that area. From the, that actually truly was creative.
From the viral video era.
Because it was a weird thing. It was almost like avant-garde, but it caught on, and so it was fun. That was the last time something like that broke out on the internet, and I know that was years before social media. Of course, it all started with the kid who had what was he, in the back seat of the car, and he was still hopped up from the
Oh,
dental
yeah.
appointment. That was the beginning.
Oh,
But I just want to say, I think
Wasn't Tazon Day?
was that Chocolate Rain or something?
Chocolate Rain.
It was right there in the same thing, but I think he was.
Leave Britney alone.
Yeah. Oh, the classic.
We could go through all of the classics. It's just a way of saying.
The internet's created a lot of memories.
Thank you.
Over these 35 years, the internet has made a lot
I
of
don't know if
memories.
you've noticed this in your life or if you've lived long enough, but not all memories are good ones. Just because you've made a mark and it's a memory does not mean it's a good thing.
No, what's funny is when you look back at the past and you remember on that trip, it wasn't actually that enjoyable. But then when you look back, it's like, oh, we had so much fun. And you
that's
talk
Like
to
going
people,
to
it's like,
summer
no.
camp where
Yes.
you cry and you
Yeah.
miss your parents, and then you're like, I don't want to leave, Mom.
No.
And then you go back and you're like, oh, I had such a good time.
That's all memory. I think there's some kind of evolutionary trick for that to keep you sane. But when I look back, I'm 60 now, when I look back to my teenage years and whatever, it's only the good stuff that I remember. I don't remember the acne outbreaks that drove me crazy. I don't remember anybody who rejected me. I only remember people who liked me. It's funny. When I was actually living through the ages of, say, like 15 to 22, there was a lot of daily, ugh. I hate this.
Gotta
But when
deal
I
with
look,
this zit.
But now I look back and it's just my friends and all the fun we had and all the things that we did and whatever. And I think that's like a trick that happens.
It's gotta be.
Just to make you feel like, okay, all of life wasn't horrible. It's a good thing. It's nice to have memories with glass half full. I'm not going to think about, the 4 years in a row that the first thing I did the moment I woke up was go to a mirror to see how bad the zits were today. That's not
count,
there.
zit count.
Zit count. Should I even try tonight? I mean, that stuff isn't even there anymore. It's just friends, fun, parties, and all that. So I think that there's some kind of scientific reason for that.
I think that's how I'm feeling about the internet right now.
Yeah.
I know there's been a lot of terrible things that have come out of the internet, but I'm looking at it back with nostalgia.
It was better back then.
Was
No
it better? I don't think it was
social
better.
media.
Well, the world was better without social media, but social media has been pretty useless. The internet itself, I use it all the time to get ready for the show. I can just see a story. I can shoot that to 4 other devices at the same time. It could be there. I like that. I use my smartphone as a utility. I almost never talk to other people on my almost never. Text occasionally.
Not even a pen pal.
And there's not one single social media app on my phone. Ladies and gentlemen, start feeling sorry for me now. What am I missing out on? Turns out, nothing. You can put your phone down, not scroll for the next 3 weeks. Listen to me, 24-year-old. Not scroll for 3 weeks. And this old man's here to tell you, you will miss nothing. Nothing. You will miss nothing. Your life will not be harmed. Your friends won't point at you and go, you don't know the new TikTok dance? Nobody cares. Nobody in the real world cares. Also, any political opinion you've gleaned off of that device is worthless and non-legitimate, whether it's from the right, left, or center.
But I'm in a Facebook group that has a bunch of people that agree with me politically.
Oh, sure, it feels fun.
Kamala memes.
How did my candidate lose? Everybody I know loves them. I have people like this in my neighborhood. That's what led to, a lot of the problems after the last election. How could the other candidate win when everyone I know loves the candidate that I love? Well, turns out you're talking to an echo chamber. That's what happens. But thank you, Internet.
35 good years.
The Internet is like everything else that comes along now. For AI, remember 6 months ago, AI was fresh and exciting? And I was like, oh, AI.
They're going bankrupt now.
Of course they're going bankrupt because they're stupid. They're stupid. The people who run the corporations of this country are stupid. The people who run the country are stupid. It's not that we're naive and they know. No, we're smarter than them. They're not smart. It's not smart to drag your country toward World War III over who rules the Donbass region of Ukraine. That's not smart. That's not smart. Maybe in an ideal world, you'd like to have an effect on who rules the Donbass area of Ukraine, but it's not smart leadership to play with potential nuclear war over it. So we're not naive. They're dumb. The people who run corporations are dumb. The CEOs that fold like a deck chair the moment 17 people online get quote unquote outraged about something. They're not. We're smarter than them. They're dumb. This is the dumbest class of CEOs in my lifetime. It's the dumbest class of politicians at a national level
Absolutely is true.
in my lifetime. And don't, this idea that people throw stuff at you, it's amazing. So, I don't know if we should send another $100 billion to Ukraine because it seems to me that war is unwinnable. Oh, you're an isolationist. What? Because I don't think we should send another $100 billion and throw it into a war that's unwinnable. That makes me an isolationist? No, it doesn't. It makes you dumb for saying something like that.
I used to think the Democrats were the anti-war party, so I voted with them all the time.
Yeah, no.
Well, that turned out to not be true.
They have flipped in the last 15 years.
Well, the Democrats haven't so much. They haven't so much flipped. There's a lot. There's a lot in the Republican Party. Well, there's a lot in the Republican Party.
That's true, Lindsey Graham. That's right.
I like watching missiles.
There is the war wing of
Most
the
of the Republicans are still loving war. What happened with the Democrats is they found out that the money from Raytheon works in our campaigns too. So let's start taking the money from the arms manufacturers. Have you noticed that the more money that your politicians have accepted from arms manufacturers, the more wars you've been in? What a coinkydink. Maybe it is just a coinkydink. Or wait a minute, am I an isolationist because I'm not willing to go to war for 10 or 15 years over nothing?
I think
Possibly.
You're an appeaser.
That's a great one, too.
Yeah.
An appeaser.
Yeah.
Putin's talking points.
Yep.
You know what's not a Putin talking point? It appears to be impossible for Ukraine to win this war, which means every drop of blood from this point forward, every dollar that's spent from this point forward, blood and treasure, is all a big waste. Because it's like a football game. You ever notice that the star players are taken out if, say it's 5 minutes into the fourth quarter and the team's down by 35 points? Have you noticed the coach is, that's throwing the towel. Let's bring Mahomes off the field. This is one of those rare games we're not going to win.
Hey, sometimes you get a chance to see what the backups have, too.
Exactly. Well, I don't know how that fits into what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is...
You're giving up. You're throwing in the towel.
Sometimes it's strategically you throw in the towel. And we got these horrible leaders who are like, no, don't be an appeaser. Don't be an isolationist. Give us another $100 billion so that we can make sure that more Ukrainians die for no good reason. Because we've got some kind of thing that is our reason for doing this that we can't tell you because you're not as smart as we are. So chomp on this for a while. We're trying to save democracy. All right, they'll buy it. They'll buy it. They'll buy it. We're trying to save democracy.
That's why we didn't have primaries.
Yeah, that's another great thing. I thought Vladimir Putin would call Kamala and congratulate her on understanding that the best way to win any election is to be the only person on the ballot. Have they started voting today? Their virtual voting.
I believe it starts very, very soon.
Nobody qualified.
Nobody qualified. No, it turned out they didn't have a primary.
Right.
Because they just all wanted Biden. This is the party, mind you, that's saving democracy.
I understand.
So they didn't have a primary. There were a couple of people, RFK Jr., guy, Dean or whatever his name was.
Dean Phillips.
Dean Phillips. They wanted to, and the Democrat Party said, in the name of saving democracy, we're just not going to have a primary. This guy is and now with Kamala, we have an open convention. Here's another thing. Hey, CNN, report this like it's real. We have an open convention. But there's only one name on the ballot. Vladimir should give her a call and let her know. This is the way it's done.
I can't help that.
Kamala Harris? Is this Vice President Kamala Harris?
Hello, Mr. Putin.
President
so nice
Putin.
To speak with you.
It's nice to speak with you, but I'm speaking. I wanted to congratulate you on your great success in winning the primaries and overcoming all of the obstacles.
And doing it the right way.
Doing it the right way, not allowing the riffraff to choose you. You just got appointed. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much. I have felt a lot of support.
Yes.
And I think that your support is a very interesting way of supporting because there is a chance for us to speak. And I'm sure we're going to speak again about many important things.
Make sure you check your mail for all the ballots we printed for
Isn't
you.
it funny? Isn't it funny? Yes. Vladimir, it's funny.
I'm laughing on the inside.
Your name has a very funny sound to it. And I think that's important.
Putin on the Ritz, right?
It's fun to have fun.
Hey, you know what? These two might get along. We might actually get something out of this.
There we go.
You know, I'm not president yet, but when I am, you better watch your back, Putin.
Isn't it
Yes,
funny?
I'm very worried.
I do want to point this out here. It says here that by 6 p.m. today, if there are up to
Mark your calendars.
300 delegates and a certain amount of signatures, you can still get on the ballot for the DNC to throw you.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
until
you have till 6 p.m. if you want. I guess you're not
Dean
completely.
Phillips, there's still a chance.
Completely.
I'm working on that right now. How many do I need?
RFKJR. Yeah, you probably have some sort of impossible amount that you have to.
It says you have to obtain digital signatures from at least 300 delegates with no more than 50 from a single state, and that can be all done by 6 o'clock tonight.
It says here, if your name is Kennedy, you're not allowed.
But other than that,
Yeah.
The Kennedy Clause, that's what it is.
listen, sometimes in order to save democracy, you have to squash it. Don't you people understand that?
I get
I'm
it.
tired of dealing with you naive liberals who do not understand how the world works. Sometime. And who are we?
That's who we are.
That's right. We're about democracy.
We're about democracy. That's who we are.
We're gonna steal another $100 billion from the taxpayers and send it to Ukraine in a complete and total waste. Why? To save democracy. We are going to nominate Kamala Harris by 7 o'clock tonight with no opposition whatsoever allowed on the ballot.
Excellent
Why?
choice for you.
To save democracy. And I don't want to hear this nonsense about how maybe you ought to have a democratic system if you're going to save democracy. You people are naive, and I'm tired of it.
Well, the
I'm
other
tired
excuse
of
is,
it.
remember-
I'm now realpolitik.
But Trump didn't actually debate any of his RNC challengers, so that's kind of in the same category as
Yeah,
Kamala
but they did
now.
hold debates.
That's
It was the Trump voter who decided, I don't care if he debates. You see what the difference there? The voter made the decision, not the billionaires giving money to politicians.
Tell people on the 35-year-old
Notice where all
internet
this
that.
money it's the Biden isn't on the ticket anymore because the billionaires decided they didn't want him anymore. Everything else, until they said, you know what? Remember when this happened a couple weeks ago when they said, not only are we freezing all the money that we're giving the Biden-Harris campaign, we are going to freeze all money to all Democrats in Congress everywhere until we get what we want. And our politics is based on who has the most money. Now, you got to do something with it. You got to have a little charisma and a message. But basically, all things being equal, two candidates who are both decent candidates, usually the one with more money and more billionaires behind them are going to make it. So that's the system that you live in. The Biden wasn't gotten rid of for any other reason than the billionaires said, there's a lot going on until the billionaires said, no money until this changes. And now all of a sudden it's changed. And probably if they would have had a primary in the beginning, everybody would have said, Biden's not up to it. She would have been the front runner because she's the sitting vice president.
Yeah.
And maybe she would have won it.
Well, that would have taken her away from her. All the work she's been doing.
Oh, don't say that she's the border czar. She was never.
I was never a border czar. I just was in charge of the border for a little bit.
She hasn't even been to Europe, too.
Huh?
She hasn't even been to Europe. That's
She may have by now.
Well, Shakespeare never left England, but look, he wrote about all kinds of things. So you don't necessarily have to leave.
You're comparing me to Shakespeare.
Yes,
Thank
I am.
you so much.
You're the
I mean,
bard.
That's such a compliment. He was such an important person.
Yes, everything's important, Kamala. Yes.
So important.
So very important.
Shakespeare. A lot of words came from Shakespeare.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
many,
did.
many important words, and those
Such
words, well, such as I don't think is on the list, but I think that there are many, many important words, and that's something we all need to remember.
They say about 2,000 words.
That's
came out of,
That's what they say. To about
Yeah.
2,000 words.
right,
That's
Trump.
right.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
That's what they say about
That's what they
2,000
say.
it's
words.
2,000 words. She's
Maybe a lot.
speaking. She's speaking.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I know you're
I
very.
learned my lesson yesterday.
That's
what a
right.
setup that turned out to be. There's, who is running the Trump campaign? That was just such a setup. There was going to be no credit whatsoever for accepting the invitation, sitting down, talking. It was just an outrage. It's just an outrage. That's all the coverage was. It was just an outrage. And there's just whoever's running it. Well, he's running the campaign. Basically, he wakes up, goes to the bathroom, takes a shower, and decides, well, what am I going to say today? What am I going to say today?
I'll go to that thing. The lady will ask me, a loaded question, insult me for 2 minutes.
All he has to do is remind people how much groceries cost.
Yes.
The Republicans have not even said. I mean, the greatest line going is, so for 3.5 years, you've covered up the president's condition from the American people. We have many times that you've said that he is perfectly fine, that he's sharp as a tack, words like that. We know that wasn't true. We now know it wasn't true up to 2.5 years ago. We have reporting of events where he looked just like he did in the debate 2.5 years ago. So that is where the Republicans should be going. They should be starting right there. So let's talk about this 3.5-year cover-up of the president's condition, and then the economy. And then the border, I guess, and those kind of things.
Bathrooms are so important.
You know what's not important is somebody's lineage, or whether they took this part of their lineage in the past and that part. Keep on talking, keep on having fun. MAGA, have a catharsis. But if you're in it to gain votes, see, that's what it's supposed to be right now. You have the votes that this is both sides. They have the votes that they have. Now, there's these people in the middle who are swing voters. They sometimes vote Republican, they sometimes vote Democrat. A successful campaign from this point forward hardly, on either side, barely talks to the faithful. You've got the faithful. A successful campaign on either side is talking to those swing voters who sometimes vote Republican and sometimes vote Democrat. If you're not doing that, what in the hell are you doing? Yeah, but Eric, finally, after all these years, that media coming after us, calling us names, it just feels good. It just feels good to have somebody hitting it back. Well, good. I'm glad you feel good. If you want Trump to be president, you might feel better in November knowing that he's going to take office in January. But if this is enough for you, then keep going the way that it's going.
Do you just like campaign Trump, or do you like Trump actually in office? That's the question you have to ask the diehards.
That's the whole thing. And let's face it, campaign Trump is not from 2016. He's a bit older now, too. I don't know. He's like Springsteen, who's like 72 and decides, I still have to do 3-hour shows. No, you don't. You could go out there doing an hour and a half show.
They want it. They want the 3 hours.
By the end of these
They
rallies,
want the 3 hours.
Yeah, Trump is like,
He did crack some jokes in Harrisburg last night.
Of course he tried, but most of the good jokes come in the first 30 minutes.
They call it Harrisburg. Why don't they call it Trump Town?
That's a good point there, Trump. This is a good one. You called Kamala out on her fake Southern accent.
In her speech in Atlanta last night, Kamala Harris even tried to outbrand a new Southern accent. Did you hear a new accent? If I ever did that, all of those people back there, look at them, look at all those cameras.
The media.
Oh, when I go through hell, I'd have a week of hell if I ever tried to do that.
He is true. That is correct. If he had showed up somewhere and sounded like this.
Y'all are so po.
He would have been mocked like crazy. But look, that's the world.
I didn't put on any kind of accent.
You got a little southernery at the
end.
You did.
A little sassy in the pantsy. But that doesn't mean that I don't talk like that normally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The one thing that Trump nailed, though, that he was 100% right about was the call that you had.
Whoa. Let's let the listeners decide.
That's fair. Listen to this, Ray. He's talking about the Obama call with you, Kamala.
Did you see when President Obama and Michelle called? Did you see? Hello? Hello? Yes. Who is this? Oh, this is Michelle and Barack. Oh. So surprised to hear. They got 4 cameras in front. Oh, I'm so surprised it's on speakerphone. Listen, we just want to congratulate you on destroying Joe Biden. I mean, on winning the... Hey, is Joe Biden was that the phoniest phone call you've ever seen?
That was not a fake phone call.
It was a phony phone call.
No. It came up as possible spam. But I decided to answer the phone because I just started seeing a new proctologist. So, wait, not what's it called? The ones that for your feet.
Podiatrist.
It's a podiatrist.
That's right, podiatrist.
Yes, different part of the body.
I had answered the phone thinking maybe this is my new podiatrist, and it was Barack and Michelle, to my surprise.
Why were you wearing a lavalier mic as you were walking through a hall with 4 cameras in front of you?
Well, I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you why,
Sure.
and I will say that when I do wear a lavalier mic,
Right.
It is put on by this really lovely woman named Betsy. And Betsy recently had a grandchild, and she said that she named that her grandchild was named after her. And I just thought that was the sweetest story. And so I was wearing a lavalier mic. That's correct.
Okay, see, that explains it all. There happened to be 4 cameras there.
Why? Oh, because we were filming, so I needed to be mic'd up.
Okay.
She was getting mic'd up for something else, is what she was saying.
Pick up that
I was being mic'd up for the cameras, and that's why I was being mic'd.
Sure.
It is hilarious, though. I think it's funny. Isn't it, Combo? It's hilarious. It's funny. Life is
It's
funny.
hilarious that he keeps asking questions when I answer them, and he doesn't know.
How long have we got to talk to this? Michelle, you talk.
Barack? Michelle?
No, this is your podiatrist, Dr. Jerry Footman.
Can't talk now.
I gotta go, Dr. Jerry Footman out.
Tara Fine Jewelry Company, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia in Beaufort. Coveted brands like De Beers Code of Origin Diamonds, Mikimoto, Roberto Coin, fine Swiss watches, and so much more. Visit Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-575-2798.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Men, if you have ED or PE and Viagra or Cialis doesn't work, Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or it's free. Call 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
You do everything you can for your family. A nice home, good food, family fun, and the right medical care. You plan ahead for your kids' future and their education. That's all great, unless something unexpected happens to you. If you were to die, who would pay the mortgage and all the other bills? Would your family have to sell their home just to survive? That's why you need to call Term Provider for the lowest rates available on quality term life policies, period. Rates for term life are at all-time lows, and Term Provider could save you 50, 60, even 70%. Already have coverage? Call and see if you're paying too much. Term Provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect, even more reason to call. We'll match you with the right policy even if you have weight issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Right now, your family's protected. Make sure that protection continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call for a free quote and see if you can save up to 70%. Call 800-200-1966 now. That's 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
For nearly 50 years, Shane Company has been Atlanta's most trusted family jeweler. We'll help you create your dream engagement ring. Shane Company has the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple created a truly unique ring by choosing a blue sapphire that matched her eyes. Atlanta, come check us out. You just might fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News.
Weather. Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top story, the largest prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia in post-Soviet history. It includes the release of reporter Evan Gershkovich and fellow American Paul Whelan. CBS's Nancy Cordes reports from the White House. President Biden praises U.S. allies, including Germany, for helping with the negotiations.
Key to this entire deal was the release of Vadim Krasikov. He is a Russian who was serving a life sentence in Russia for murder, for killing a Chechen fighter. As President Biden noted, initially, Germany said it could not release him, even though it was clear that Putin would not be releasing any Americans unless he got Krasikov back. Eventually, Germany relented, but in exchange, they got 12 Germans back.
Updating your money with 30 minutes until the closing bell. It is ugly on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials down more than 600 points at this hour, more than 1.5%. NASDAQ is down more than 2.5%. Atlanta police investigating a deadly shooting at a West Midtown student housing center. It's at the Westmar Student Lofts in the 800 block of West Marietta Street in West Midtown. It houses students from Georgia State and Georgia Tech. The owner of a Buckhead nightclub is taken into custody just as a hearing gets started today into a deadly shooting at the 1145 Lounge. The city of Atlanta is suing to keep the club permanently shut down. The club's owner is taken into custody on charges of failure to appear in court in another case. The shooting on Mother's Day killed 2 people and injured 4 others. A push to hire poll workers ahead of Election Day.
At least 7 counties across the state urgently need to hire poll workers. DeKalb and Hall are among them. 41 counties are actively recruiting for the fall's presidential election. It's part of a state and national effort to encourage Americans to staff voting locations. According to the nonpartisan group Power the Polls, many longtime poll workers have quit. Some of the top concerns cited recently are COVID and threats against workers during and after the 2020 election. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, here is Doug Turnbull. And we will try to get back with Doug here momentarily.
This
right
is
now,
WSB
Christina.
meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy today, hot and humid, a high of 94, but heat index values closer to 105 to 110, a heat advisory in effect for this afternoon. A few pop-up storms can't be ruled out, but mainly dry. Lows tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 96.
And let's try Doug Turnbull again in the traffic center. Doug, can you hear us? All right, so no Doug in the traffic center. It's 91 degrees right now in Villa Rica, 93 in Hampton, 91 in Winder. More news at 4 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey folks, it's Scott Slade, and I'm excited to partner with Virtual Imaging. This is now part of my proactive health plan. Heart disease runs in my family. I've been touched by it too. You need to know they offer one of the most advanced CT screening technologies in the Southeast. Low-dose radiation and very safe, similar to flying in an airplane. 98% accurate images of your arteries, and they can detect the most minute cancer cells at the earliest stage. And the new scan can now also get a clear picture of your brain. This is new, so if you have any concerns about dementia or stroke, it'll give you a clear understanding of the possibility. I'm partnering with Virtual Imaging now to get you and your spouse a heart scan at no charge with a few minimum requirements. It's normally a $750 value, but for peace of mind, it could be priceless. Not to mention, it could save your life. Just call 678-369-0202. That's 678-369-0202. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com. Do it now for you and then for your loved ones.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-214-3777. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-214-3777. 800-214-3777. 800-214-3777.
Bicycles, pool toys, sports equipment, all this stuff is moving in and out of your garage all summer long. Ugh, your poor door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. With all this summer abuse, your garage door system has a lot that could need repair. Springs, cables, tracks, even the opener. All Four Seasons services all major brands 24/7. Our products are warranted, our work is guaranteed. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
All right, let's do word of the day.
Word of the day.
Octothorpe.
Octothorpe. You know what Octothorpe is?
Something with 8.
Yeah. It's basically the pound sign. It's the hashtag.
Oh.
It's an Octothorpe.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that and I thought, hey, the kids might want to know the proper name of the
hashtag.
which what we used to call pound. It's what do you find so hilarious there?
I love
Autumn
the name.
Fisher. Oh,
I like the name.
oh, Octothorpe?
Uh-huh.
I think from now on, rather than saying hashtag go Trump or hashtag go Harris, it should be Octothorpe. Go Trump. Octothorpe. Go Harris.
So right now, like
Octothorpe. Harris 2024.
Octothorpe Simone is the #1 trend in America right now.
Because of the gold medal.
Yeah, she just won a gold medal.
That she picked up, which means we ought to do this.
This is Olympics, the World Sports Show. Here's everything you need to know.
That is really something. You have the medal count? For some reason, I'm not finding the tab up here. Check your tabs.
I got
Eric.
it right here.
I got it.
We've jumped a second, Eric. This is unbelievable.
No.
Refresh, I promise. We are now at second in golds.
In gold medals? Hey, we're coming back.
Yeah.
We're coming back.
We're going to win it all.
Are we going to be able to retire this? Because usually what I was ready to say, just like every other day, is there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is overall medal count, 35. We're leading the way. The bad news, and this is where I would usually go, the bad news is the gold medal count, not what we've seen in the past. But to hell with that. We're coming back.
We are.
And we are now in second place.
We were in 7th yesterday. Remember that?
Second only to China, because we had Katie Ledecky. They had to have a second camera for her because they could not keep her in the same shot with all the other swimmers.
That
she was
woman
so
is a
far
fish.
ahead.
Wow. She
She
is a
was
fish.
so far ahead.
She wasn't even kicking her feet. Did you see that? Like in that race, she literally was just doing all arms, and then in the last leg of it,
Just for Jared. She's like, you know what, I'll kick my feet a little bit.
I guess I'll kick a little bit. I'm like, that woman is incredible. She should have gotten 2 golds for that.
Look out, China. We're coming.
Look out, China. China. Yeah, they've got 11 golds. We have 8. Now, we're actually, it's a tie for second.
With France and Japan.
The
Three-way.
Frogs.
Yep.
Oh, it's a 3-way.
Yeah, Japan.
The
Thruple.
Japanese and it's a thruple. It's a gold medal thruple is what it is. Good name for the show. Gold medal thruple. Yeah, so, okay, we got to see how things go from here on out, but very nice. There's a big controversy. What's the name of the fighter? So we talked about this yesterday. Now, I thought that we were talking about like when we say a trans fighter, we think of somebody who was born as a man and then transitions at some point in their life to a woman. And the controversy was that, they're letting this person who transitioned from a man to a woman fight women. And I woke up this morning and I saw that the fight only lasted 46 seconds. And I thought, okay, let's see how this plays out.
Angela Carini basically pulled herself out of it.
She pulled it out. She said no, but it was like it was the situation you weren't around when the big hyped up fight between Mike Tyson and Michael Spinks, and it was in the first round, Mike Tyson hit Michael Spinks so hard in the chest that he just went and it was over. Everybody's like, "What?" I was at a big party. Everybody was ready for this thing, and I think the same thing happened here. This lady had never ever been hit the way that she had been was hit. So 46 seconds in, she said, "Look, I'm not getting political here, but the smartest thing for me to do is to get out of this match. I can't stay in this match." But it's not so simple if I'm getting all of the evidence in. George Clark wants to tell me something, yes?
Amain Khalif is the woman.
Amain Khalif, right.
Woman we're talking
was
about.
never transitioned, was actually born.
Yeah, from what I understand, she's some hermaphrodite.
Very, very rare situation that does happen.
Where she's got XY chromosomes.
Right.
But she's got female parts.
Right. So it maybe is
hermaphrodite is a retired term.
Oh,
because
who cares?
I'm just saying because it's not offensive necessarily. It just doesn't encompass what's really going on
I don't
because
care.
this
Well, now I
person.
know. I apologize.
I don't care what official word people with gender say.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a.
Do you
it's
have a
not
clinical
word.
reason that it doesn't work?
Yes, because people are born female and they live their lives as female, and then once they go through puberty, they have some sort of issues, and they think it's like pituitary or something. But
Right.
then it turns out they have mixed matched chromosomes. And when you say hermaphrodite, it makes you think you have both parts,
Right.
male and female
That's
parts.
what
and
I
that's not
thought.
the case.
That's what
Well,
I
that's
thought.
what I'm saying. And so
you got
it's
mixed
a word
match
that
chromosomes.
it's just mixed. Why
Now,
can I say this?
Mixed match. You're matching the chromosomes.
You're matching them
Yeah.
and mixing them.
So
yeah.
the point
It's
here
not
is
political. It's just the word. that
there
doesn't
is a
make sense anymore.
chance here that this person was just genetically. Now, I guess you could come in and go, well, we've looked at it, too much man, too much over the other. I don't know. I don't know how you
maybe
do
like a
that.
testosterone limit or something like that.
But listen, a lot
They
of
ask her to like bring in all the groceries, and if
Yeah.
she does it all in one thing, you're like, too much, dude.
Too much, dude. Now, one trip from the car with 8 bags? No, you
Yeah.
can't fight.
Nope.
So you have to admit,
fight women.
no matter what you think about the cultural issue, this is a little bit, if I'm getting the right information. Now, I might find out 2 minutes later, oh, you fell for that. But that's the information that's out there. And if that's the information, it's not unusual for great athletes to have some sort of genetic thing. Like a lot of times, dad was an athlete or mom was an athlete. You're born into a
genetic,
family.
like, upper hand.
Yeah, you're born. You still have to. It's not enough. It's not enough to win gold medals or go pro. You have to then have the discipline and everything. But sometimes, a lot of athletes, you look into it, they come out of athletic families. So. Is this any different from that? Is the question. And also, it doesn't even really matter because the condition itself is so rare. It's not something that you're going to have to deal with over and over and over again. So unless I've been bamboozled by the internet, which is birthday.
Bamboozled is a retired term.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's word cop, Autumn Fisher.
It's offensive
She's
to
gonna-
the bamboozled.
Yeah.
humans.
What about bamboo? They're offended.
Ah,
the whole
the pandas
idea.
are pissed.
We didn't try it. We didn't try to trick anybody. No, why should we get this label? I understand.
We're just
People can
trying
be
to not procreate with each other. Live in China.
No, that's what they eat is the bamboo. The actual thing that you're talking about would be a panda. I believe.
That's what I'm saying. I said the pandas are upset.
Yeah, and they should have got upset about that Panda Express. I can't believe people are eating panda in
And it's-
airports.
It's ridiculous.
I think it's awful.
They're rare. How could
They're
they sell
rare.
panda meat?
I don't know, but
If they
listen,
don't-
it's
if they
delicious.
don't make babies,
Have you been
then
there?
they-
Yeah.
Have you
No.
been there? It's delicious.
I
You
would-
follow that up with an Auntie Anne's pretzel.
Panda fried rice.
You've had about
Delicious.
I
the
wonder what
best food experience you could have at a mall.
Wondered what happened to the pandas at Zoo Atlanta.
Well, they're no longer here, and
Oh, they've gone back? I
I'm
thought they
full.
were still here.
No, we sent them
sent them
to
back
D.C. or something.
To
didn't we?
China.
Oh, well, they took them back?
Yeah, they took them
But
back.
now that they sent a couple, too.
They sent some new ones over.
But to D.C. or something.
Mm-hmm.
So Autumn can
Hi,
take her children to see the pandas. There
The
they are,
boring
kids.
pandas.
There they are. Well, do they do anything? They kind of sit around, get
Eat.
stoned all day long. It's like looking at two hippies. It's like
Except the
looking at
hippies procreate.
two out-of-work hippies.
Sure.
They
You know what
try.
they need to do?
They just don't
And-
do it very well.
Right.
Yeah, instead of having them sending them to Panda Express to be turned into food, they should have them work at Panda Express. Get a job.
Get it? Well, that's when China's going to get upset.
Oh, the pandas are taking American jobs from Panda Express.
Panda jobs.
Back to China.
Pandas. Back to China.
I think that they try to get it on from time to time. They're not very good at it. And then the kids, whatever you call pandas that are just born, I don't know if they're called pandums or
Is a
some kids are kids. But yeah, the
Maybe a
kids.
cub.
The cub.
What the cubs are.
Panda cub.
They're the size. This is. I remember when one was born here in Atlanta, and the description was the new baby was the size of a stick of butter.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Because
easy.
they're marsupials or something, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yes.
Yeah,
no,
it's-
are they?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
I don't know.
No, well,
Because-
they're not.
They're just small.
All right, we could just
There's
Google
itsy
it.
bitsy.
We could just
Nah.
Google it. We could just Google it. We could just Google it. We don't have to go round and round and not know. We could just Google it. I don't think that they're marsupials.
They aren't.
So
Dang it.
that's got to be hard to live from like day 1 to 3 months. Like when you're born into the world. Look how big pandas become. I know that you can say, well, what about insects? Well, they stay that way. All right? like when you're starting from the size of a stick of butter and then you have to grow into a panda. I would imagine many don't make that first 3 months or so.
And you don't even have a pouch to hang out in.
No, you don't, because they're not marsupials.
Okay, I know. That's what I've always said. I've always stood by that they're not marsupials.
Yeah, I know. We argue about this, and Autumn's like, no, they're not marsupials. And
I've always said that, and you know that.
I know that. I know that for sure. Yes, I do.
It says here, believe it or not, from the National Zoo here, that a giant panda's baby is the smallest mammal newborn relative to its mother's size.
Yeah, see, they're not good at getting it on. They try, and then when the baby's
baby's too
born,
small.
is very, very unstable kind of thing.
And
I mean,
vary
let's
the
face
diet.
it.
All bamboo?
Yeah, come on. Let's throw in some what do you call edamame or whatever they call it.
Edamame.
Edamame. I hate it, but other people
You
seem
don't
to
like
love
edamame?
it. I hate it.
What is wrong with you?
Well, I put it in my mouth and it tastes terrible, so I don't like it.
Are you dipping it in the sauce?
What sauce?
You're supposed to have
the
it like...
that little stupid
You
stuff.
don't
What's
need
that
it.
going to do?
Salt on it.
Salt.
It's just
Oh,
sea salt.
great.
What is wrong with you guys?
Hey, if it tastes like crap, put salt on it, and it's like you're eating salt. Okay. It still tastes like crap.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You've done it for 24 years.
We've waited 24 years to make this announcement. $2,011,402.
Thank you for giving to the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
You can still donate at WSBRadio.com.
The WSB Carathon's mission will continue year-round.
Thank you for your support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Your sky full of stars.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
And I'm Fred Blankenship. This is the place for unmatched traffic coverage.
With our hundreds of cameras and alternate routes, Mike Shields keeps you ahead of it all.
Prepare for your day with us.
Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
All my life, I wore contacts with no problems, and a few years ago, my reading gave out, and I started having to wear reading glasses. After a while, I got frustrated, and I went to see Dr. Ashraf regarding my options. Instead of LASIK, I opted for laser optics procedure. Believe me, this is amazing. Most of my day, I do not use any glasses, even for reading. As an added bonus, my insurance covered most of the cost.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashraf of the Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm proud to be one of the first physicians to offer the laser optics procedure. This procedure uses LASIK technology to improve your distance vision, but also helps to restore your reading vision. As a matter of fact, most of my patients are able to read a menu or see their phones without the need for reading glasses. So if you can relate to Bill's frustrations, come see me and see if you're a candidate for the laser optics procedure.
If you would like to learn more about the procedure and find out if you're covered by insurance, visit Atlanta2020.com. That's Atlanta2020.com.
The legendary Eastman Gun Shows are this weekend at the Clarence Brown Arena in Cartersville. Bring your friends and family. Rain or shine. Saturday 9 to 5. Sunday 10 to 4. We have everything for the lovers of the right to bear arms. Eastman Gun Shows, proud supporters of the Second Amendment.
Self-employed in 2021? You may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartsetc.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartsetc.com now. That's smartsetc.com.
In our first year in business, we sold maybe a few hundred cars. Last year, thanks to your support, we sold nearly 40,000 vehicles. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. While I am amazed at how far we've come in the last 50 years, I'm not completely surprised by the growth. And if you knew my granddad, Jim Ellis, and my dad, Jimmy Ellis, I don't think you would be surprised either. That's because they both knew and instilled in those around them that when you take care of customers, everything else will take care of itself. It's a simple philosophy, but one that continues to work well for us today. That's why all 21 of our family-owned and operated dealerships strive to find new and improved ways to serve customers. Start or complete your entire purchase online, schedule an at-home test drive or service appointment, purchase your next vehicle with as much or as little interaction as you like. We're always looking for ways to make your next vehicle purchase quick, easy, and convenient. Getting started is easy too. Visit JimEllis.com to learn more. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Simone Biles got a gold medal.
She
the
sure
whole
did.
team did, right? Team gold, I believe.
Let me check.
Says here, Simone Biles appears to take aim at former teammate after winning team gold. She's one of the greatest Olympians of all time. And it's like, oh, wow, she won another gold medal. That's fantastic. And then I read this story, and it's like, this is the times that we live in now. I tell you, when I was growing up, Olympian athletes, when they were gold medal athletes in America or whatever, it was just like all positivity.
Yep.
It was just all positivity. It was all, and so I was just like, I don't like the way the country's going. I mean, she won her 8th gold medal, I believe. Was it her 8th? Look it up, because I don't want to be wrong, but I think it was her 8th gold medal. It's probably, maybe it might be more. And I just feel like you should just be jumping up and down and celebrating. I guess you wouldn't be drinking, I guess, at the Olympics if you have another event, but whatever. And just, who cares? Who cares that somebody said something a year ago? What is with our society now that everyone has to clap back and everything has to be answered? It doesn't. It doesn't.
Story.
There is the ability to ignore the critics, especially if you're winning. That's all the talking that you need. The teammate that called you names a year ago doesn't have a gold medal. You do.
It's Michaela Skinner, by the way, that did that, and that's because of Simone
Biles'
exit.
When she dropped out last time.
Now that we know what happened, like there was a lot of family stuff going on in Simone Biles' life that was not public at the time.
Sure, but it wasn't unreasonable for people at the time that were on the team to think, okay, I worked my whole life to get here, and now I'm screwed. You get more context. Okay, what I'm saying is, when celebrating her latest gold medal, I don't understand why that person was even in her brain. You can't, if you're on the public stage, there are going to be people who don't like you. It's that simple. When here's the stage. I choose to go out there. If I choose to go out there, there are people who hate Taylor Swift. Doesn't stop her from selling out 8 nights in a row at Wembley Stadium or something, but there are people who hate you. Here's the public stage. Before you walk out there, know this. No matter how good you are or how big of an audience you get, there will be people who say bad things about you. Now it's decision time. Am I going to walk out on that stage and accept that that's part of the whole thing? Because I'm one person and I'm not going to change that. So what's the decision? That should be the decision before you go into television or movies or acting or sports on a big stage, any of it. And if you're winning, if you're on a show that's a hit, if you're in a movie that's a hit, if you're an athlete who's winning championships and gold medals, the only way to deal with the critics is take a look at my record. Do you think Patrick Mahomes cares that some people say he's overrated? Was he at like 2 MVPs and 3 Super Bowls in like 6 seasons?
Yeah.
He knows. Do you ever see Patrick Mahomes show that writer?
He's a hater.
Yeah, that guy, he's a hater. No, he knows. He's like, look, I've been in the league about 6 years. I got 2 MVPs and 3 Super Bowl rings.
Patrick
That's
Mahomes,
all. He knows he doesn't have to say anything because he's mature.
You don't think he gets mad when he sees X posts that are going after him?
That guy on the Raiders with the frog?
Was it the Raiders or the Chargers? Was it the Raiders who did that?
I believe it was. Yeah.
Not a real smart move, but we'll see. What'll happen? They because he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
I don't sound like Kermit the Frog.
I always said you sound like Bill Gates.
I sound like Bill Gates, my hero.
Who sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Or Ray
but
Romano.
The Raiders, who are in the same division, I guess somebody brought a Kermit the Frog, like a puppet or something, that was dressed like Mahomes, and all the different players did his voice. Okay, you know what? You know what I know about Patrick Mahomes? He's a champion.
Yep.
He looked at it, he laughed, put it in the back of his mind. And sometime in December, they're going to see the Raiders for the second time, probably, and we're going to see it all play out. Right there. We're going to see it all play out. Who's the Raiders quarterback? Gardner Minshew? Okay, good luck. Good luck. Although the Raiders did beat them once last year.
They did.
So it's just not smart. But is Mahomes, have you seen? Yeah, Mahomes hasn't been, I've seen that footage. I haven't seen a thing from Mahomes. He knows. He knows. I'll see you on the field. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. You don't have to always clap back. You don't have to always answer a critic. I've said it a million times. There are people who hate the Beatles. If the Beatles didn't get everybody, you're not going to get everybody. So make the decision. Do you want to be out there
Beatles
where
didn't
people
have X though? Could you
What's
imagine Ringo like using X and stuff like in its heyday?
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine like
I'm
McCartney?
going to clap back now. It's time to clap back. You're awful.
Why don't you try to drum on Strawberry Fields Forever?
I'm a very misunderstood drummer.
It's the era that we're growing up in, guys. The last 35 years of the internet.
Or what if they're about to go on stage at Shea Stadium and one of the Beatles is like, I don't know, I need a break today. I can't take it. I can't. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not feeling myself today. I need some me time. I need to step away.
Somebody else play the drums at Shea Stadium.
Call that other guy.
So we live in a different time. Some of that's good, some of it's not so good. But the whole idea that Simone Biles should be thinking of anything other than I'm the greatest gymnast in the world, and that's awesome.
Yeah. She's got 6 golds, 9 medals overall, and she got 2 this run through.
Yeah, she could have. Hey, you know what? Michael Phelps has got 28 medals overall, 22 golds. People still say bad stuff about him. That's just the way that it is. If you're going to have a public life, some people aren't going to like you. If you're winning, just ignore them.
Yellow submarine.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
After 30 years of doing knee and hip replacements, Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup thought there had to be a better way, and that led him to regenerative medicine.
I was one of the first orthopedic surgeons to do it.
Now, after 20 years of successful orthobiologic treatments, lots of clinical data, research, and teaching, Dr. Scheinkup is National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
They've done an amazing job of becoming the most significant orthobiologic and regenerative medicine practice in the United States. QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
So if you have chronic pain from arthritis and you want to avoid drugs and surgery, call the experts in this revolutionary field, QC Kinetics.
To give patients real lasting relief from pain, that's what I live for. That's my mission.
Get your free consultation now. Call QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Georgia Spa Company. Our top story, American prisoners held in Russia are now free.
The deal that made this possible was a feat of diplomacy and friendship.
President Biden announcing the release of reporter Evan Gerskovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan in a prisoner swap.
Russian authorities arrested them, convicted them in show trials, and sentenced them to long prison terms. with absolutely no legitimate reason whatsoever. None.
The president says 16 prisoners in total have been set free from Russia. It is now 93 degrees in Atlanta, mainly dry the next few days, but we have got this brutal heat to deal with.
Because it's so humid outside, the feels like heat index values will be closer to 105 to 110. Stay hydrated today, take plenty of breaks, and of course, get into the air conditioning as often as possible.
Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. Now an update on your money, and it is not good. At the closing bell on Wall Street, it is the end of a rough day for stocks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down close to 500 points. It was down over 700 at times today. The NASDAQ is down more than 2%. It had been down close to 3% earlier in the day. Your power bill is up, and profits are also way up for Georgia Power's parent company.
In a second quarter earnings call, Southern Company says its profits jumped to $1.2 billion. That's up 43% compared to the same time last year. Likewise, the report shows a 61% increase in second quarter profit for Georgia Power, up to $762 million. That announcement comes as customers experience higher monthly rates due to summer temperatures, as well as a series of rate increases that have been approved by the Georgia Public Service Commission since 2022. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
As the Georgia Bulldogs begin fall camp today, Coach Kirby Smart announces he has dismissed wide receiver Ra Thomas from the football team.
I had a chance to sit down and meet with him face-to-face Tuesday, which I think was really important. And let him know that he can no longer be a part of the football team.
It comes less than a week after Thomas was arrested on charges which included cruelty to children. A missing 2-month-old girl who is the subject of a Levi's call in Sandy Springs is okay, and her father is now in custody.
A little bit before 11 a.m., Mr. Clark turned himself in to the Sandy Springs Police Department. And his daughter was with him, and she's been safely returned.
Sergeant Leon Milholland with Sandy Springs Police tells WSB 22-year-old Randy Bernard Clark is facing a charge of kidnapping. Rhea Clark was abducted from a Sandy Springs hotel early Wednesday morning. Investigators say she was taken by her father, who did not have custody. Now news about your health. Aspirin may cut your risk of colon cancer.
A study of more than 110,000 people over 30 years finds taking aspirin at least twice a week may reduce your risk of colorectal cancer. Researchers say those who took aspirin cut their risk by about 18% compared to those who didn't take aspirin. And participants who lived a less healthy lifestyle had more of a benefit, particularly if they smoked or if their BMI was higher than 25.
WSB Health reporter Sabrina Cupid says the research shows the greatest effect of aspirin in people with the most risk factors for colon cancer. As the Carter Center gets ready for Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday celebration in October, we get an update today on the former president's health.
You know, there's been no physical change. It's remarkable. When he went into hospice 18 months ago, we were not sure how long that would be. And then when Rosalind died back in November, we weren't sure how much longer he would hang on.
Carter Center CEO Paige Alexander says Jimmy Carter is nothing if not full of surprises. He turns 100 in October. Airlines may be banned from charging to sit with their young adults. May be banned from being charged to sit with their young children when they fly.
This is something we think is very important. I feel that way even more strongly now that I've had the experience of flying with toddlers. My husband and I have flown often with our kids who are about to turn 3. That is a complicated process already.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says under the proposal, airlines would be required to seat children 13 or younger next to their parent for free. It is now 4:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's Triple Team Traffic, and here is Doug Turnbull.
Let's punch those buttons, buddy. Back to school northwest of town and in the southern suburbs, several districts too. In fact, 75 north through Henry County is heavy through the McDonough exits trying to roll into Stockbridge. We had West Freeway trouble in the west end, just clear out of the way. 20 east near Lowry Boulevard, exit 55. And for those in West Metro trying to get to West Georgia, travel advisory 20 west, only a left lane open, construction around exit 9 Waco Road. Use Highway 78 there. Downtown, Jackson, Heaton, Coolray, Kemper Traffic Center.
Seeing lots of delays on the downtown connector starting southbound 85 south as you approach the 75-85 merge. You're on the brake lights through the I-20 interchange. And if you're headed northbound, you're on the brake lights starting at University Avenue, exit 244 up through the Georgia Tech area. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today. High 94. Heat index values 105 to 110. A few pop-up storms can't be be ruled out, but mainly dry. Lows tonight in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, high 96. Saturday, partly cloudy with hit-or-miss storms, high 92.
And right now, 94 in Roswell, 95 in Douglasville, 92 in Monroe. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. We had a big prisoner swap with Russia. Putin and Biden got on the phone together.
Hey, Vladimir, can you let this guy in jail for me?
So how it went?
Look, we hate your democracy. That's not who we are.
So the guy, the Wall Street Journal reporter, and a couple others, the guy that was there, been there since like 2018. His name is escaping me right now.
Is it Paul Whelan?
Yeah, Paul Whelan. He finally got out.
Who'd they get?
I don't know if they
trade.
did they get the big one that they wanted last time? I can't. Yeah, let's see. It
trade
should be just like
deadline.
it should be. Yeah, it was.
It really is.
It really did come down right at the baseball trade deadline. It should be reported like the trade. What did they get? What did we get? I think they usually get more than we do. But well, it's good if those guys are out. Good for them. And you know what? If we let some kind of diabolical villain go back to Russia, it doesn't really matter. I mean, aren't we all just headed toward World War III anyway? Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun along the way, because people named Blinken and Sullivan and other people that you'll never meet, they want it. You don't want it, but you don't get what you want. Jake Sullivan and Anthony Blinken, what they want, they get. And what they want is World War III. So how about the rest of us just enjoy ourselves along the way? I think that's all we can really do. And we started with this next segment. Let's do this.
This is interesting.
Or
No, thanks. Just under the wire.
oh yeah, I like to keep the kids in suspense.
What's it going to be?
What's the other thing? Is he going to say it? Is he dead? Did he die in between?
He said it.
All right, this is where Jared Yamamoto is going to toss some headlines at me. I will respond with either.
This is interesting.
Or.
No, thanks.
All right, let's get it going. Let's get this thing going. Hey, let's light this firecracker.
The people need to know about Muffin Mania. This is from Euro.
Muffin Mania.
Yeah, Muffin Mania. This is from Euro.
Oh, it sounds like
What kind of muffin?
part of my youth. Let me tell you, does that bring back
Memory.
Muffin Mania?
This is from Euronews.com.
Mary Muffin.
An Olympic Norwegian swimmer's TikTok went viral talking about how bad all the other food was at the Olympic Village aside from these muffins. Are you interested?
Oh,
come on!
No, thanks.
Viral
What
TikTok?
do you mean, come on? Why would I be interested? Good. Somebody at the Olympics likes the muffins. Great.
Everybody's jumping on the trend. Here,
I'm not. I don't listen. I don't want. I don't want the people at the Olympics to have horrible food. If somebody's enjoying their muffins, good.
People are complaining about the baguettes. They're complaining about the.
Okay, whatever.
But the muffins, though, this is
Baguettes. Well, the baguettes are probably all flown in 4 weeks ago, right? What do you think? They have bakers over there every morning?
Yes, they're in France. Of course they do.
Well, yeah, well, the entire Olympic Village every morning.
not for you. Only for the French. This is
we are out of croissant.
Here's a little bit of that TikTok.
They look like a mix of darkened milk chocolate with a gooey chocolate center.
Why are you forcing
Oh, this is a commercial.
Yeah, I guarantee
They
you.
were paid
They
for
were
that.
paid. And you know what?
With a
God
gooey
bless
chocolate
them.
center. Nobody talks like that.
God bless them. They need to be paid. These Olympians, they get screwed. They don't get paid. Everybody, you know who gets paid? Everybody that doesn't do sports in the Olympics gets paid.
You know, I'm over
the
here.
people who do it.
I'm over here ready to compete in my my category for the gold medal. But first, I want you to check out this automatic cat litter machine on TikTok.
This is the
your
best.
Your cat goes in,
Yeah.
and it walks out, and then you never have to clean anything up. And if you use it now and go to the TikTok shop, you get free bags.
Especially if you add your name.
Yeah.
Fred Gold
As an
Medal.
Olympian, I know quality when I see it.
They look like a mix of darkened milk chocolate with a gooey chocolate center.
And this Scotch tape sticks to anything and everything, including my pictures from home.
Endorsed by Olympian Shelley McNally.
I'm Shelley McNally,
Wait, so
I'm going to win gold.
So you guys haven't seen the Italian that has the cheese endorsement?
I don't care. Why do I care? Hey, I mean, good for them. You got a cheese endorsement. What is it? Parmesan?
It's Parmesan
Should
cheese.
be the Italian.
It'd be funny
sure.
if it was American cheese. If it was Kraft.
Kraft just decided we got to get some inroads into Italy. Our phony baloney fake cheese is just not catching on in Italy.
Well, they already lost Domino's Pizza. You heard about that, right?
did?
Domino's Pizza pulled out of Italy, so this is their way
Why?
to make
Is it,
inroads.
what's going on in Italy?
No one would eat it.
pizza there?
Italians were
Too violent? No, it's too violent.
Yeah.
We got to get the hell out of here. No, I get that because they're offended by that kind of pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like, we don't.
I've
need
never
this.
had pizza in Italy, so I don't know how different it is. I don't know which one of the pizzas in America it's most like. Is it most like New York style with a lot of sauce? Is it
No,
like
it's-
Chicago where it's like a hamburger?
It's
Or
like
Sicilian.
Antico's.
What's that?
It's like Antico's pizza. Like the-
Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Neapolitan. Yeah, I don't know if I'm sure I've had that.
Margarita.
Yeah, I've had that before. It's pretty good. Probably it's not going to be as good as I would think in my mind.
A
when
lot
I
of
went to Italy.
arugula.
Well, you can't have enough arugula
That's
in your
good on
life.
pizza.
Ham.
That is real good on pizza.
Is it? You like
That is really good.
You
Yeah.
like
Because it's peppery and kind
yeah.
of sweet.
You like
It's really
you
good.
like lawn clippings on your pizza.
It's arugula. It's not.
Arugula
lawn
does not
clipping.
taste like lawn clippings.
Okay, well.
Spicy. The closer it gets to your little party, the spicier you
You
get.
know, my new fear about my party now is
What?
I
That you'll have a
realize-
good time and then
no,
you'll have
no,
to take.
no, that'd be great.
Then you'll have to have another
You
party.
have misjudged my psychological.
No, I know. I was just kidding.
I do want to have a good. I think I am going to have a good time. But now the thing that I'm worried about, since we have the person in a hazmat suit coming out today to get rid of all of the wasp that were dug out by the guy with the bulldozer.
The wasp guy.
Yeah, I don't know. You know that happened. No, it's just one, just very ferocious.
Just one wasp.
He's
He was
giant.
like loafing. He wouldn't leave the house.
I ain't going to the
So
party.
I feel like that's going to be okay. People aren't going to be stung all day long. But the thing that I'm afraid of now is, you know how bad I am with names, even when I like people.
Oh,
and
no.
it's in my party. So, and my wife's going to be next to me, and
You're
it's
gonna
going
be
to be like.
Oh, I have an idea.
And then we got to do that thing where my wife says her name first, like the name tags.
No, not name tags. This is what you do. You have everybody, like if you're going to use reusable cups,
Yeah.
you give them a Sharpie so that they can write their name on their cup so that you can be like, oh, you can just reuse your cup all night. And if you don't use, you can still just write your name on it so that your cup doesn't get mixed up with somebody else's. And then you can sneak a peek at their cup.
I like that. Now, I think we got those classy plastic champagne glasses.
Oh,
for
that's
a
not
lot of-
going to work.
That won't work. But maybe for a lot of, for the Red Solo crowd, I won't miss a name because we're definitely, if you take a Solo cup, here's a Sharpie. I want to know the name.
When in doubt, just be like, hey, dude, or hey, girl.
No,
what's going
I know.
on?
The problem
Hey,
is when a
girl.
lot of people,
Hi, Queen. I want to
Kamala's
introduce
coming.
you to this king.
my wife will be meeting people for the first time, and she'll be next to me.
This
So
is
it'll be
that
one
guy that.
So
that
he's a good guy, man. He's
Yeah.
hey,
Nice.
hey,
guy.
man.
That's the thing with the thing.
Yeah,
All
it's a
you
great
do, right,
guy.
is just you introduce the person whose name you know. You say them first.
What if I don't know?
Oh, hey, oh my God, I want you to meet my wife, Jane. Jane, this is.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't say Jane. Say, this is my wife, Jane. and
yeah.
then she'll be like, hi, nice
I'm
to
Jane.
meet you. Yeah. And they're like,
So that
hi,
doesn't really
I'm
work.
Bill.
How about everybody just recognize that when Eric forgets your name, it doesn't mean anything? Can't the world just shift for me?
I don't think so.
Okay. Isn't that what you rail against everyone doing?
What? No, just once, though. Just once.
Just for you, though? It's
no,
different.
No, the average person, no, the world should not bend to. But me? Absolutely.
Don't you get worried?
Okay.
I have a radio show.
See,
I don't know if you've noticed.
I can't believe you forgot my name, man. It's right here on this vodka bottle or bourbon.
Yeah.
I will
It's on
not.
this
And it's on my
bourbon bottle.
I will not forget your name.
Do you want to buy a shirt?
I figured
You brought merch?
Yeah,
He's always wearing his own
it's
merch.
outside. I got my stand outside. Get your picture.
I figured you'd be more worried about people like overstaying their welcome, like late night people end up taking their clothes off and jumping in the pool or something like that.
I can always just go inside.
Yeah.
I
Let
can
the
just
wife
sit-
deal with that.
Yeah, I can just. She'll join them probably.
Get out.
Yeah.
As things get weird, this is what happens in my 38 years of bliss with my wife. As things get weird, I feel awkward. My wife feels more at home. So
Yeah.
I would just like, my wife likes the weird and the awkward. I don't.
She's an artist.
I want everybody. Oh, and I'm not. What do I do every day? I come in
No.
and improvise a damn show all the whole time. That's not art. That's not art.
I mean, I
That's not art?
guess I'm a single
Different
mother.
kind of That's not art. creative?
I am. You know.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
versed in the art of motherhood.
I invented this radio show. Are you kidding me? That's
You
a
invented
creative.
radio
I
shows?
invented this one.
Well, I invented those kids.
You know what?
Which one of you has an Etsy? Because I want to go and buy your stuff.
That will be Autumn. Autumn has an Etsy. She makes.
I probably do have an Etsy.
Belly button lint scarf.
Yeah, she creates
Hey,
art.
that makes really good yarn if you really.
She
focus
creates
and put it
art
together.
out of bottle caps. This woman
Yes.
can make anything. You know what? Her peace sign bottle caps are the best
Ugh,
peace sign bottle caps.
you.
I haven't seen peace sign bottle caps better than that since Burning Man.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Doug Turnbull is checking 285, and he's doing it for you.
Who else to do it for but our great listeners? And yes, we do have people on the perimeter clogging it up. 285 east and southbound, the inner loop into DeKalb before I-85, rolling down past Memorial Drive, exit 41. And it's just kind of hazy and blah, if you will, on the outer loop. 285 west and south, on and off the brakes from Dunwoody all the way around to I-20, the West Expressway. We're seeing DOT check for a stall right now heading into Midtown, 75 south below Northside Drive that could be blocking the center lane. Let's check 85 into Gwinnett County now. Kobe Dawkins, Cool Ray Kevringer Traffic Center.
Yeah, delays leaving DeKalb into Gwinnett, I-85 northbound. Seeing you on the brakes, leaving the perimeter to Indian Trail Road. And this report is sponsored by Dynavite. Your dog's health begins in the gut. Dynavite is a nutritional supplement created to boost your dog's immune system. You can now try Dynavite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Visit DINOVITE.com/radio. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
In a historic presidential
It's not
address,
about me. It's about you.
President Joe Biden passes the
I need
torch
to unite my party in this critical endeavor.
as the country considers the next president of the United States.
Now we have a new victim to defeat.
For breaking news, up-to-the-minute details, and how it affects you,
So that we are ready to win in November.
stay with 95.5 WSB, your 2024 election station.
Mosquito bites are the worst, but beyond the bite, mosquitoes are disgusting little germ factories that sometimes carry viruses. Scott Slade here for Breda Pest Management. It's time to quit your itching, be the superhero for your family, and eliminate mosquito-borne viruses in your yard with one call to Breda. If mosquitoes return within 30 days, only Breda will come back and retreat for free. BREDAPest.com.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
All my life I wore contacts with no problems, and a few years ago my reading gave out and I started having to wear reading glasses. After a while I got frustrated and I went to see Dr. Ashraf regarding my options. Instead of LASIK, I opted for laser optics procedure. Believe me, this is amazing. Most of my day I do not use any glasses, even for reading. As an added bonus, my insurance covered most of the cost.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashraf of the Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm proud to be one of the first physicians to offer the laser optics procedure. This procedure uses LASIK technology to improve your distance vision, but also helps to restore your reading vision. As a matter of fact, most of my patients are able to read a menu or see their phones without the need for reading glasses. So if you can relate to Bill's frustrations, come see me and see if you're a candidate for the laser optics procedure.
If you would like to learn more about the procedure and find out if you're covered by insurance, visit Atlanta2020.com. That's Atlanta2020.com.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Do you have a plumbing issue but have a busy weekday schedule? Superior Plumbing can schedule an appointment that fits your schedule. They show up on time and get the job done right the first time. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years.
Hey Atlanta, Shane Company knows shopping for diamonds is a big deal. We've been servicing you, your friends, and your family in Atlanta for nearly 50 years, so we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring. We also know you deserve a diamond as big as your love at a price that works with your budget, not against it. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Visit one of our 3 stores, Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw, and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. Then choose the setting that speaks to your style, pick your center stone, and add a decorative crown and an engraving. It's that easy. Or select a perfectly preset ring created by our design team that's ready to go. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, at Shane Company, we'll get it right every time. As Atlanta's family jeweler, this is our promise to you. Come on in and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
And I'm Fred Blankenship. Big stories are always breaking.
We're constantly working to bring you fresh information from different perspectives.
Prepare for your day with us.
Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
All right, we are in the middle of or no thanks. So let's keep the wheels of the bus moving, rolling.
From the American Sun, guys, there's a new AI friend that you can wear around your neck, and it's always listening. It's like a pendant, and it's a wearable chatbot.
So what is it? What's the purpose of this thing?
It just it's your friend, so you
Tracking
can talk.
you.
You can talk to it. It tracks
There
you
you
too.
go. There you go.
But
so basically, it's CIA around your neck.
This is interesting.
Olympic approved.
So yeah, you're wearing the CIA around your neck.
I need a friend.
No, yeah.
But it's like a little pendant.
You know
It
what?
looks
Everyone
nice.
needs to now. I'm noticing more and more that people are just wearing headphones everywhere, walking down the street. The last thing in the world I want to hear is some bird in a tree that won't shut up when I'm outside. And this, I've noticed, is more aggressive now. A lot more full headphones, wireless, but still full headphones, not the ear pods. The full headphones say, I don't want to interact. You might not notice that I have ear pods, but everybody is a football team getting off the bus now. Yeah. Pretending that they're listening to something so they don't have to talk to fans or the press. And because we live in a world where people no longer, this, to me, if you're walking down the street and you've got headphones on like I do, you're screaming to me, leave me alone. I'm not interested. And as you have more and more and more people, and this is their network of friends right here on the scrolling, I can scroll through all my friends. Very rarely do I look them in the eyes, but I can scroll them all the time. Yeah, you have to augment the loneliness that comes with that. Technology has to now create a friend. I said before, though, I would like to have one like this. I just want one that just kind of encourages me. If I'm like, oh, the show sucked today. I'm terrible.
You did a great job.
Yeah, that'd be nice to hear.
Did a great job.
Yeah. Well, you got to kind of mix it up.
You did a great job.
Oh, no.
You did a great job.
How did I do?
You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Recharge me.
Okay. Oh, now I got to do stuff for you.
Recharge me.
I think what's probably going to end up happening with these little pendants is that eventually when other people have them, not only do they look kind of flashy and cool.
Well, that's all that matters.
The other
that's all that matters. It's flashy and cool.
The other pendants will start talking to each other too. So when you're having a conversation with another individual, the pendants will be talking to each other too.
Yeah, they can work it out. They can negotiate something between you.
Yeah, there we
and
go.
you can keep on listening to your crappy
Biden
music.
and Putin.
All this guy did last night was take care of himself. That's all he does all day. Can we switch humans?
Yeah, please. I don't want to be with a guy anymore.
Yeah. I want to be with the lady human.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. It's just where we're going. It's just where we're going. It makes sense. And the real reason is so that the CIA knows exactly where you are at all times. Not the FBI, your local police department, whomever. Your Honor, I wasn't there. Really? Your necklace begs to differ. You were right there.
I think that going back to your point about headphones, one of the things that I make it a point to do, because I work out every morning in the West Side Park, and I make it a
and
point.
he likes people to join him. So go join him.
Yeah, go have fun.
He
We'll
loves
have a
it.
good time. But I make it a point at least once per week. I do not wear my AirPods while I'm out there, just so that way I can just catch the sounds of nature while I'm out there, enjoy it, like breathe the fresh
come
air,
on,
and
man.
just really connect up with it because you do become lost in your own music.
Oh, everybody is. It's too late. It's too late. You've got a generation of people who think there's a thing called FOMO because they were told that it is. In fact, that doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. But people that are just like, what if my friends know about this thing 14 seconds before I do? Boy, what an idiot I'll look like. That happened once. I ain't never letting that happen again.
Exactly.
I'm going to be the one who finds out something that's really Not really all that important anyway. 14 seconds after everybody else did. I've said this before. The rest of the world is worried about FOMO, fear of missing out. I suffer from phobia, fear of being invited. Doug Turnbull suffers from nothing because he's a great person. He's watching Downtown Delays.
A fear getting stuck in the mess, though. 75-85 south. And it looks like the trouble just cleared on the 75 south side near Northside Drive. And then 85 south flows below Georgia 400 down through town. The connector southbound through Midtown toward I-20. The ride into Cobb County, Jackson.
Well, we did see delays there for quite a while, 75 northbound before I-575 exit 268. We had a stalled vehicle taken out of lane causing backups. Those are improving there at 75 and 575. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef. 16-ounce and 3-pound packages are on sale now for only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start? Let's say you run a business, a school campus, a hospital, or a government facility. Finding ways to save can be overwhelming, but Georgia Power has energy efficiency tips and rebates to help. Things like improving lighting with LEDs, making HVAC upgrades, adding building controls, and more. Look, you've got a business to run and numbers to hit. Georgia Power can help you focus your energy where it matters most. Learn more at georgiapower.com/biz.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money towards your dream home? With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then, your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for far more than I expected, and I got a golf cart," unquote. Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-214-3777. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-214-3777. 800-214-3777. 800-214-3777.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story is an update on your money. And Wall Street takes it on the chin with stocks sharply lower today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average falling by nearly 500 points to close at 40,347. The NASDAQ plummeting over 400 points today, more than 2% down on the day. It is 95 degrees in Atlanta, and we are going to watch these temperatures and high heat indexes over the next few days. Meteorologist Christina Edwards says stay hydrated. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Profits are way up for Georgia Power's parent company. Southern Company reports a profit increase of $1.2 billion in the second quarter. That increase is more than 40% compared to the same time period last year. A Georgia Power spokesman says it's mainly due to higher temperatures and customer growth, but this also comes at a time after a series of rate increases for customers. They are free. President Biden announces today the release of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan, along with several others, in a multi-nation prisoner exchange with Russia. The president praises other countries involved in the negotiations.
This deal would not have been made possible without our allies. Germany, Poland, Slovenia, Norway, and Turkey, they all stepped up, and they stood with us. They stood with us.
In return, Russia will receive 8 of its nationals, including 3 held in U.S. prisons. This just in, Atlanta police investigating after a U.S. postal worker is robbed at gunpoint this afternoon. He was in a loading dock area when a masked man armed with a gun approached him. It happened near the Eclipse condominium building on Farr Road. Someone walking near that building saw what happened and fired shots at the robber, who then shot back before running off. A push from one of Georgia's U.S. senators to increase the availability of affordable housing.
Senator Raphael Warnock says he believes Georgians are working hard but aren't any better off when it comes to housing. That's why he's introducing the American Housing and Economic Mobility Act, which aims to make 3 million new affordable housing units across the country.
More units, more affordability, more accessibility, more jobs and opportunity in rural and urban communities all across our state.
To pay for those projects, the bill also proposes raising the estate tax threshold to levels not seen in about 15 years. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta police are investigating a deadly shooting at a West Midtown student housing center. It's at the Westmar Student Loss in the 800 block of West Marietta Street in West Midtown. It houses students from Georgia State and Georgia Tech. We are getting an update today on the cause of a U.S. military Osprey aircraft crash that killed a Georgia service member.
An Air Force investigation released today found the Osprey crash that killed 8 U.S. airmen off of Japan in November was caused by a, quote, catastrophic failure of a gearbox and the pilot's decision to keep flying despite multiple warnings there could be a problem.
CBS's Eleanor Watson reporting from the Pentagon. 25-year-old U.S. Staff Sergeant Jake Turnage of Kennesaw was one of the 8 service members killed. WSB scam alert for Peach Pass users. The Georgia State Road and Tollway Authority is warning about fake text messages going out to steal your private information. The text asks for money to avoid a late fee to pay off your balance. Several accounts have received that message, which is actually a smishing attempt. At the Paris Olympics, Simone Biles wins gold in the all-around competition. Suni Lee takes the bronze. In the pool, American Kate Douglas wins gold in the 200-meter breaststroke, and Reagan Smith wins silver in the 200 butterfly. The U.S. women win gold in the team fencing over Italy. The U.S. gold medal count now up to 8. A tropical system could impact South Florida in the days ahead.
And emerge into the Gulf of Mexico or near the Florida Peninsula sometime on Saturday and bring us some gusty winds and heavy rains as it does that, even if it does not develop into a tropical cyclone as it approaches.
National Hurricane Center specialist Dr. Jack Bevan says it's passing over Hispaniola today and should track over Cuba tomorrow and Saturday. Even if the system never gets a name, it is still expected to bring rain and gusty winds to Florida. It is now 4:34 in time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic starts with Doug Turnbull.
A lot of people out of the freeways this afternoon, getting ready for the weekend, and a slew of school systems back in, especially the northwestern and the southern suburbs. City of Atlanta's back in, and the downtown ride clogged up 75-85 both ways through town. 285 is starting to get in full rush hour pool, especially in DeKalb County, south on the inner loop. I-285 below I-85 through Memorial Drive. That's the slowest spot on the perimeter. Let's get a gauge of the southern suburbs via 75. Kobe Dawkins, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic.
Center.
Yeah, in Henry County, I-75 northbound, seeing delays getting into McDonough, starting at Bill Gardner Parkway to Jodeco Road, and looking southbound, a little sluggish once you pass 675. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy for this evening, just a stray rain shower passing by, otherwise hot and dry. Temperatures slow to cool into the mid-70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 96 with hit or miss rain showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, partly cloudy with scattered storms, high 92.
We are in the mid-90s across the metro area with the heat index topping 100. It's 95 in Tucker, 94 in Douglasville, and 93 in Chamblee. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Let's give stuff away. 2 tickets to see the Coral Reefer Band celebrate the life and music of Jimmy Buffett. That's tomorrow, August 2nd, at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com.
Here at Massey, we know a thing or two about bugs. We've been keeping pests out of homes for almost 100 years. Our customized pest prevention program keeps bugs outside, in their home, not yours. Because when we prevent pests from getting in, we protect health, home, and family. Make your home a Massey home. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Atlanta area attorneys. 404-793-0000. 1 Glen Lake Parkway Northeast, Suite 975, Atlanta, Georgia, 30328. CordellCordell.com.
You see that Colin Jost, who is being apparently, did he do something bad at NBC and they're just penalizing him by making him be in Hawaii? Is it Hawaii or where?
It's in Tahiti.
Tahiti.
Covering the surfing, I guess.
Yeah.
It looks,
and he got some
looks
sort
like
of
he's-
staph infection or something in his foot. They
his-
won't let him leave. The other reporters there who cover this stuff all the time hate him. Don't understand why he's there. After they're done asking about his wife, Scarlett Johansson. Isn't he married to her?
I believe so.
Yeah. So he's being tortured there. Do you have him talking
To Maria Taylor.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit, though, but let's listen to this.
Yes, well, all the real surf journalists have certainly approached me, and they've all asked me, why are you here? Which is reassuring to be among them. Always great when someone's like, this doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be here. And I'm like, I don't know who else volunteered. I'm definitely not doing it for the money. I'm actively losing money being here, I guarantee it.
So that sounds real. That sounds real.
Yeah.
And the staph infection is real, right? So he's
Yes.
cut something in his foot or something.
No, I'm faking that.
Oh.
But being here.
Yeah, he does have kind of I didn't realize he sounds a little Kermit the Froggy.
Is he
Being
the
here?
night guy? Is he the,
He's
the news guy?
Yeah. Colin Jost and Shay.
Michael
Shea.
Michael Shea, that's right. It's been so long since I've watched SNL.
I have not watched it. SNL is not aiming for the 60-year-old dude. I am not.
You know
I'm
what's
not the demo that they are.
You know what's
aiming
bad, though,
at.
is I have friends that come up to me and they're like, did you see it? Did you see it? And then when I watch it, I'm like,
not.
there have been some times where they've been funny. I like
Saturday
this.
Night Live has always been hit or miss. So I mean, they've had a few casts that were more hits than miss.
Sure,
but since the very beginning, it's always been hit or miss. So there's nothing new about that. It's just that they're just doing sketches about things that I don't give a damn about anymore. I get it. I know how you're all voting. I get it. Okay, fine. It's not something I have to subject myself to, but they're still, obviously, they still do funny sketches from time
For
to
sure.
time.
The Starbucks sketch they did maybe a year or two ago.
It's only
absolutely
2
out of this
years
world.
ago. We point to the one that was great.
Yeah, that one was good.
No, I bring up Colin Jost because he's going to be the host of something called, I just lost my note here, Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Oh, that'll be tough.
Yeah, this is so dumb people can play, right? Is that the whole? There's something, you can spot large trends in small things. Jeopardy, the concept of Jeopardy is you're supposed to be kind of humbled.
Yeah.
Probably the person who comes in last place is smarter than anybody sitting on their couch that isn't playing the game. Not always, but
Well, they had
usually.
to win out in local tryouts to get on there.
Right. So, but it used to be, it was okay that you watched Jeopardy and you were humbled. That was kind of part of the thing. They gave you Wheel of Fortune either before or after it, so you could still feel slightly smart. But the idea of Jeopardy was you're going into a different realm where, you know what, you might not know. There'll be nights where maybe you don't know anything on the board. But that was kind of the idea of it. So pop culture Jeopardy, obviously, that's so dumb people can play. And as the population gets collectively dumber, thank you, social media, we need to lower the standards so that people can feel smart. That's what I see in it. We're going to have a pop culture Jeopardy where if you know everything about Taylor Swift, you can win and tell your friends that you won on Jeopardy, and that automatically means smart. Now, you couldn't name that river, in somewhere in the Middle East.
The Tigris or the Euphrates?
It depends on the answer.
Okay.
You couldn't name, like me, for instance, when I play Jeopardy, there's some things that I'm good at, some things I'm terrible at. Geography, I'm terrible at.
Are you really?
Yeah, I don't know where if you ask me about the Amazon or something that I really know about, but once you get into like all of those questions, which border, which country in Eastern Europe borders 5 other countries? I'm not gonna know what that is. But my point is that used to be part of the fun of watching. It's okay. The guy who won is smarter at this than I am. That's okay.
Or lucky.
But we live now in a time where everybody has to be told how great they are. Most of us are not great.
TikTok Jeopardy. Think of that. That would be
great.
great.
Well, that's what this is.
What
And by the way,
trend.
By the way, this is also now the smart part about it, business-wise, is that it's picking up on the trivia craze because it's going to be teams. It's not going to be individuals. Teams of 3, I believe. So maybe Autumn.
We are getting dumber.
I don't know why Autumn's not hosting because she's the trivia queen of Crofton, Maryland. And since she hasn't said anything, I'm going to assume she's not there right now. Let's go in. That's what I'll do. I'll just assume she's not there right now. But yeah, there you go. So, hey, listen, as you get dumber, don't worry about it. The people who want to sell you products, they have ways to get you to watch things that will make you feel smarter. You will not be smarter because that takes time and effort, and it's 2024 TLDR. You're not actually smarter, but don't worry about it. You're going to feel smarter because you're going to be able to tell your mom, hey, I got that right on Pop Culture Jeopardy. Woo! I knew the name of Taylor Swift's second album. I'm smart.
I just can't believe they give you a team. Like that
Well,
idea.
It's playing on the fact that trivia is doing so well in America right now, all over, in every region. It's like the way bowling leagues used to be.
Yeah.
It is fun. I mean, if I go into a restaurant, again, I'm not like anybody that just
If I go into a restaurant and they're like, hi, I'm like, oh.
Well, you don't like when they say science.
And it's like, oh no, I didn't come here to listen.
Congratulations to Potato Fart. They got that question right.
Me, it's the worst thing in the world.
Sometimes you run
I
into
walked
some
into
really...
a Mexican restaurant once, and I was with my son, my youngest son, and all of a sudden, the guy stands up in a bowling shirt, and he's a DJ, and he's doing, oh no. And then I feel bad because I'm in the industry, and I'm like, that guy's older than me, and he's doing trivia, and he's a DJ, and now I got to feel bad. It's not a pleasant evening of nutrition.
Guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. I do feel bad for the people that don't realize it's trivia.
Yes.
Like, oh, I'm sorry.
No,
you guys want to play for fun?
What was so funny is I actually like going into a restaurant and being surprised that trivia is going on because the most recent example of that, Tina and I went into Hobnob at Atlantic Station and they have black trivia that night. And
Black trivia.
Black trivia. So
this is about colors? This is like color schemes?
Yeah, color
it's like
schemes,
a fashion
exactly.
designer thing?
I did not realize that.
Wait a minute, is this trivia that only black people would know, or is it trivia about black people?
About black people. And
Okay.
Tina and I ended up getting third place, and the whole restaurant was like shocked that it was just Tina and I together. There were multiple teams
They
playing, and we
they
freaking got
figured,
third place.
They gave it to the
No,
white.
there was like
Of
20
course, they
teams
gave
playing.
it to the white couple.
No, I'm saying
of
we were the only
course,
white couple in
things
there.
never
We
change.
got third place.
Things never change.
I was proud of myself. I walked out there. I was like, "Look at that! Look at that!"
Did you get a trophy?
I got some store credit. I'm going to go back to be able to
yeah.
use it at the old Hobnob.
Trump's like, she used to show up for Indian trivia.
Yeah, she was here for Indian, you know, shawarma.
And all of a
trivia.
sudden.
Indian, black, whatever. I don't know who she is.
All right,
You
do you want a trivia question?
Do I want a trivia question or
Yeah.
Trump?
Oh,
I'll take
whoever.
it. I'll
Okay.
take it. Let me
All
do
right.
it.
Are you good with
You know
trivia?
what? Yeah, let me ask Trump,
Let me
actually.
lead.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, if I could ask RFK Jr.
Okay.
This is about ravens?
New Caledonian, hooded, and carrion are all types of what bird?
Vulture.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Did you say carry on?
No, she led it. She led since ravens, for God's
Yes,
sakes. She's
crows.
doing what she can.
Well, I didn't think it would be so obvious. Ravens.
There you go.
What's the name of the team in Baltimore?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you.
Oh,
you-
me?
Yeah.
The Ravens.
Oh, thank you. I just
No,
want
Orioles.
Yeah,
There
that's
we
what I
go.
was talking
Oh.
about.
Baseball?
No, I was talking about the AAA hockey team. Doug Turnbull flying over downtown.
Where I see the buildings, I also see the slow cars. 7585 south is rough for the Captain Herb 85400 merge heading south to I-20. Northbound traffic is moderate, but ordered off the brakes from University Avenue to where I am right here in Midtown. Looks like the crash ahead of me here is in the clearing stages. Ted Turner Drive, Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard. No unusual backup stacked up with that. If you're heading to West Georgia, travel advisory though for those leaving Metro Atlanta 20 westbound. Just a left lane open passing that construction west of Highway Waco Road. That is exit 9. Use Highway 78 through that stretch of Carroll and Haralson counties. We might have a new problem between Sandy Springs and Buckhead on 400. Jackson Heaton, Cool Break, Evergreen Traffic Center.
Yeah, I got some trouble in a left lane, 400 southbound, just south of the Glen Ridge connector. That has you slow. Also expect to be slow 400 northbound as you leave 285. This report is sponsored by Affordable Dentures and Implants. Get your smile back. Affordable Dentures and Implants in the Atlanta area make new smiles affordable every day. Call 1-800-DENTURE for the location near you. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Go ahead and smile. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour, evening rush hour, and everything in between.
There is a crash on the 285 eastbound ramp to 75 south.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
A really bad crash there.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
We weren't planning on selling our home, but our family's needs changed. I'm Caitlin, and selling our home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate was the best decision we made for our family. With over 11,000 five-star reviews, I had peace of mind knowing I could trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell our home fast and for more than we were asking. If you're preparing to move, check out Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer. Go to markspain.com and see what their guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola or Canada Dry. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Self-employed in 2021? You may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartsetc.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartsetc.com now. That's smartsetc.com.
All my life I wore contacts with no problems, and a few years ago my reading gave out and I started having to wear reading glasses. After a while I got frustrated and I went to see Dr. Ashraf regarding my options. Instead of LASIK, I opted for laser optics procedure. Believe me, this is amazing. Most of my day I do not use any glasses, even for reading. As an added bonus, my insurance covered most of the cost.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashraf of the Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm proud to be one of the first physicians to offer the
laser optics procedure. This procedure uses LASIK technology to improve your distance vision, but also helps to restore your reading vision. As a matter of fact, most of my patients are able to read a menu or see their phones without the need for reading glasses. So if you can relate to Bill's frustrations, come see me and see if you're a candidate for the laser optics procedure.
If you would like to learn more about the procedure and find out if you're covered by insurance, visit Atlanta2020.com. That's Atlanta2020.com.
For over 140 years, Georgia Power has proudly provided our state with clean, safe, reliable, and affordable energy. And with the recent completion of our newest nuclear power unit, Plant Vogtle is now the largest generator of clean energy in the United States and will provide Georgians with zero-emissions electricity for generations to come. Because a bright future deserves a reliable foundation. Learn more at georgiapower.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Congratulations to David Tomlin of Canton. Won 2 tickets to see the Coral Reefer Band tomorrow, August 2nd, at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com. All right, what do we have next in or no thanks?
From the Wall Street Journal, Delta's CEO says the CrowdStrike tech outage cost the company $500 million, and the update is it looks like CrowdStrike's not going to be on the hook for it.
This is interesting.
Now, I am no aviation expert, and I am no lawyer. But I think that Delta has a problem if they're going to try to get CrowdStrike, because I think they're suing Microsoft as well.
They are.
The problem is that the other airlines didn't have the problems that Delta had, because the other airlines didn't have nearly as much of, it's like the staffing. It's hard to figure out what group of flight attendants and what group of pilots are all going to be on this plane, and they have to be in this city at this time, and blah, 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 and they have to all have had 8 hours sleep leading up to it. You have to, the logistics of all of that all the time for every plane is something else, and the other airlines don't rely upon that same system. I can't remember exactly what it was out of the cloud that was affected by this.
Right.
So I think it's pretty easy for CrowdStrike and Microsoft to go, yeah, it cost you $500 million, and it cost them something much lower than that because they were smart enough to diversify and not have everything on the same system, which goes to, well, they did it better than you, which means it could have been done better than you did it. Like, you have to be a total victim, right? We did everything right. We were victimized by this update. So I would imagine they're all going to get something for the outage that initially caused some trouble. But Delta, $500 million is because it went on for days and days and days. They fixed the part that all the other airlines fixed at the same time, I pretty much imagine, as the other airlines. Their problem was they were relying on the logistics of crews on the same system, whereas the other airlines weren't. And you could call that lack of vision.
What do we always preach in the radio business? Always have a backup.
Yes.
Always.
Are we in the radio business?
We are.
I've never heard that.
I should have worn a tie.
I didn't either.
Oh, well, no, we say it all the time to each other. What's the matter with you guys? I says
Always have a backup is what we always say that.
I don't know. I refer to you as Autumn. Always have a backup Fisher. You're not listening.
Do.
You're not listening.
I'll always back up.
Mad and prepared over there.
She'll back
it up.
She'll back it right up.
Back up that dump truck.
See, I don't think it's good to have one woman on the show and then everything's about some sort of sexual innuendo.
I know, but I usually make it happen. So.
No, then I think, oh, it's autumn, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So it's natural and it's organic. It's coming from. Hey, folks, she's no phony. She walks it like she talks it. All right.
There should be no such thing as a slut.
It's like no. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
I know.
Yes,
So there shouldn't be.
Male and female.
Yes, male and female. But when you say slut, you mean a woman.
Well, we say dog for guy, right? It's different words. Like he's a
Not
dog.
us. We don't use those words.
Oh, is that you don't want to offend?
We
anybody?
don't, sex positive.
Are you? What are you? 24 years old?
28.
28. So your plan is to live a good long life and to never offend anyone.
I have yet to offend anybody.
Or it's okay.
No thanks.
Yeah, is this like now the individual listeners can decide?
Yes. Everybody can vote. Hey, you know what? Like the administration, we are trying to save this democracy, okay?
You know what? This person over here is just mad that her health care got cut off back
Her?
in. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss?
You
did I-
assume a lot when
Whoa,
you say
whoa,
her.
whoa.
Wow.
You just misgendered.
I misgendered. Oh no, I'm canceled.
Ms. Gendered.
Which is
please.
interesting because he actually won Ms. Gender.
I did.
When he was 19 years old.
You want to see the trophy?
Wait, it's a family show.
All right.
Let's go to a break.
I'll go to the bathroom. I'll be
Then
right
you can show us. You're canceled. I'm canceling you.
I'm sorry.
Not Tim Andrews, just you,
Oh,
whoever
all
you
right.
are.
I don't have a name.
Names are patriotic.
I was assigned a name at birth, and I decided it was
Doug Turnbull says there's trouble near the airport.
It's on the south side interloop. That's 285 west, leaving 75 toward Interstate 85. A stalled big rig in the left lane. That's on the jam cam there. Things are backing up as you ride through that area. We've also got new problems as you ride into the Snellville area. Our traffic trooper says a crash leaves only a right lane open. Traffic trooper Scott says 78 East at Lake Lucerne Road. That ride is stacking up big time. Use Annistown Road as one of your alternates there. And now a new problem leaving downtown Atlanta, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, in the heart of Atlanta, I-20 eastbound at Boulevard exit 59A. Crash off to the left, slowing you down all the way to Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I know you're hot, but how is summer treating your home? Dave Baker here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Have you noticed drywall cracks, stuck windows and doors, or bowed walls? AquaGuard knows that all of these signs point to possible major damage with your foundation, and they'll only get worse. But don't worry, AquaGuard will identify your issues and repair them while staying within your budget. Simply go to aquaguard.net now and set up a free inspection. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Remember, AquaGuard.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Your home could sell for more with a few upgrades, but you need money to buy your dream home. Orchard gives you both. Buy your new home before you sell and leave the upgrades to Orchard. Get your free home valuation at Orchard.com.
Now that we're back to school, you know more discipline's a great thing. Blake Cooper here for Cooper Piano, and learning to play one of our pianos actually creates lifelong self-esteem too. We're on the I-85 Access Road South between Claremont and North Druid Hills. Details online at cooperpiano.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, shots are fired as a U.S. postal worker is robbed at gunpoint in Buckhead.
The Atlanta Police Department says the U.S. Postal Service carrier was working off Farr Road in Buckhead near the Eclipse condominium building. That's when a man pointed a gun at the worker, demanding their postal vehicle and mailbox keys. A nearby witness drew their weapon, firing shots at the suspect. That suspect then fired back. No injuries were reported. The suspect did run on foot. Atlanta police and the U.S. Postal Service inspectors are both investigating. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
95 degrees in Atlanta, and we are under a heat advisory.
But because it's so humid outside, the feels like heat index values will be closer to 105 to 110.
Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. We are seeing a little bit of rain right now on Storm Tracker radar in South Gwinnett County. The owner of a Buckhead nightclub is taken to jail right in the middle of a hearing today to determine if the club should be allowed to stay in business after recent violence. Here's a report all new at 5 o'clock.
Atlanta Police Detective Latoya Francis had just wrapped up testimony at a hearing in which the city of Atlanta is suing to shutter 1145 Lounge.
We knew that particular location to be a problem.
When the judge dropped a bombshell on 1145 owner Jabril DeFay. He's got a bench warrant out for his arrest.
And I'm going to have to take you into custody.
Fulton County court records show DeFay was indicted for identity fraud and theft last December, and he failed to appear at a hearing in May. Meantime, his club is fighting to keep its license, saying they've added metal detectors since a deadly Mother's Day weekend shooting. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
The U.S. and Russia make their biggest prisoner swap in post-Soviet history.
Well, good afternoon. And this is a very good afternoon.
President Biden announcing the release of 3 American citizens and 1 American green card holder held in Russia.
Russian authorities arrested them, convicted them in show trials, and sentenced them to long prison terms, with absolutely no legitimate reason whatsoever, none.
The president calls it a feat of diplomacy and friendship. Paul Whelan and Evan Gerskovich are 2 of the more than 20 prisoners released from multiple countries. Wide receiver Ra Thomas has kicked off the Georgia football team.
He understands that, and we wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
Coach Kirby Smart with the announcement today as the Bulldogs begin fall camp in Athens. The dismissal of Thomas comes less than a week after he was arrested on charges which included cruelty to children. Now, WSB Money Update. It is a rough start to the month on Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average falls by nearly 500 points today, closing at 40,347. NASDAQ plummets over 400 points, down more than 2% for the day. A new proposal from the U.S. Department of Transportation to keep families together when they are flying.
We are requiring that an airline not charge you extra to sit next to your kids or your grandkids. It applies to any accompanying adults.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says it would apply to children 13 or younger. 4 airlines, Alaska, American, Frontier, and JetBlue, already seat families together for free. News about your health now, a possible new defense against colon cancer.
Taking aspirin at least twice a week may reduce your risk of colorectal cancer. That according to a new study involving nearly 110,000 men and women over nearly 30 years. Researchers found that regular aspirin use cut the chances of colorectal cancer even among those with unhealthy lifestyle, including people who smoked, had a poor diet, or were overweight. The study is published in the journal JAMA Oncology. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The Carter Center today gives an update on the health of Jimmy Carter.
But Jimmy Carter is nothing if not full of surprises.
Carter Center CEO Paige Alexander says there's been no physical change with Mr. Carter, who's been in hospice care for 18 months. The Carter Center is now making plans to celebrate the former president's 100th birthday on October 1st. It is now 5:04 and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic starts with Doug Turnbull.
We do not have widespread rain, but I'm flying through that nasty little shower here east of Stone Mountain. mountain and have found a postal truck on its side. Thanks to traffic trooper Scott for tipping us off 78 eastbound at Lake Lucerne Road, and that has just a right lane blocked, but traffic is stacked up back to East and West Park Place. Annistown Road and Rockbridge might save you some time here through this portion of Gwinnett County. We've also had a stall or some kind of problem in the left lane between Sandy Springs and Buckhead, 400 southbound south of Glenbridge. You slow leaving I-285. A problem on 285 near the airport. Jackson, Heaton, Coolridge, Hamburger Traffic Center.
Yeah, traffic trooper called in about this one. 285 westbound, right under the bridge as you're headed to Hartsville Jackson, got a stalled tractor trailer in a left lane that had backups to 75. You can use I-85 as an alternate if you're trying to get to Hartsville Jackson. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of summer. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, hot and humid for this evening. Sunset just before 8:40 p.m. Temperatures still in the mid to upper 80s at that time, with a heat index value closer to 90. Lows tonight will settle into the mid 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Outside of the rain, it's going to be a hot day with a high of 96. That's trending about 6 degrees above average for tomorrow afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 70s, afternoon highs in the low 90s. Monday, partly cloudy, morning low 74, afternoon high 92.
The heat, the main story, but we are seeing some showers and heavy rain now on Storm Tracker radar in Gwinnett County. South Gwinnett and eastern Gwinnett County getting some action right now, and that rain is extending into Barrow County right now. It's 92 in Sandy Springs, 96 in Stockbridge. A little bit cooler in Brazelton, where there is some cloud cover and rain in the area. More news coming up at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Story in the Wall Street Journal today. I don't know, something about this headline I find odd. Trump allies launched $20 million effort to reach young men.
Do we love young men? I love young men. I love them so much. Not as much as Joe Biden, but I love them.
I guess it's a $20 million effort to register young men. It just sounds a little bit creepy.
Put them on a list. Check it twice.
So you love young men, huh?
Love young men.
Yes.
Barron's a young man.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you know who he's going to vote for.
I think he's leaning toward Kamala, actually.
Well, you know, the young youth.
They're dumb.
I love his name.
You like isn't it kind of a funny name?
Barron.
Yeah.
It means so many different things. It's spelled different, of course, in different ways, but it sounds similar or the same. What is that called?
Homonym.
Homonym, yeah.
So, yeah, it's like it reminds me of Red Baron Pizza. Isn't that funny, Kamala?
I love pizza. You know what they say. There's not two pizzas that's not too bad. Something.
No, you just realized you couldn't say what they say. You're going to do the old pizza sex jokes. You can't do that. You're running for president.
Good pizza, even if it's bad.
Yeah, no,
something.
I believe the joke is pizza is like sex. Even when it's not that good, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the. Yeah. But you gotta let it.
Even if you get a case of pepperoni.
You don't want to get too funny. You got to be careful. You're running for president now, right? Trump, you got to tell her. You got to police you. You got to police yourself.
Don't do an anchovy joke.
Yeah, you got to police yourself,
no,
right?
I understand.
When you're out there, Trump,
you gotta
have a filter, right?
Well, look, when I was at the thing yesterday, I realized, look, I can't just do the typical Trump thing. I answered the questions nice. Nice.
Did you answer them nice?
So nice. I mean, they told me later that it was the nicest the nicest Donald Trump had ever been.
They're saying.
They are saying.
That it's the greatest appearance before the NABJ ever. That's what I heard.
I mean, I thought I was going to get something else when I saw the letters, but I was wrong.
All right. So let's do this.
Hi, it's Paul Stanley, and this is Paul Stanley Presents, the latest in music and entertainment news, only on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Oh, yeah, Paul.
What?
Wait, just because what we were just talking about with the $20 million effort for Trump to go after young men, we have another example today. You know, Biden's still president, turns out.
He is.
And so we got the Russians, we did a swap of prisoners.
Yeah. And so this was he just
this was
made
the families of the prisoners that are coming back from Russia,
That's
which they'll get
correct.
back in a few hours. And he managed to kind of creep out the daughter of one of
Oh
these.
my gosh!
She's like
I was
15
watching this
years old.
I watched this live today, and like the daughter of whichever, I'm not sure which prisoner.
One of
it is,
these prisoners is coming home.
you could see her like pulling her body away from Joe, like pulling her waist away from
And-
him as he like kind of bear hugs
And he
her.
does make this joke at the end that he always does, no real boyfriends till you're 30. Okay. You have this in Adobe because there's one point where I know I'm going to want to stop it. Go ahead.
You all know we have a tradition in the Biden family. We sing happy birthday on any birthday. You ready?
Stop. We have a tradition in the Biden family. Usually traditions are, that's kind of weird to the other families, but to our family, so there's a tradition. Get this, folks. This is bizarre. There's a tradition in the Biden family. You know what they do? You might want to sit down.
I'm sitting.
This is weird.
I'm sitting.
There's a tradition in the Biden family where they sing happy birthday to you on your birthday. Have you ever heard of such
Never.
a wild
I can't
tradition?
believe
Where did
it.
that come from?
My goodness, it must go back to is he like Irish or something? That
Oh,
must
yeah.
go back to Ireland or something.
They dropped the O.
I never heard
Yeah,
of it.
the O Bidens did that.
I don't. I've never heard of any kind of tradition like. So let me get this straight. When it's somebody's birthday, the Bidens have a family tradition where they sing happy birthday
Yes.
to that person. All right.
All of you.
And hold on. And this is the girl. It's her birthday.
Yes.
All right.
All of you. Happy birthday to you.
Stop. What is he doing?
All of you.
What is he doing? A Lou Reed? Are you talking or singing, Jim
Happy
Biden?
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miriam. Happy birthday to you. Remember, no serious guys till you're 30.
That's when you know he's being.
God love you.
Oh, please let me go.
God love you.
Please let me. Please unhand me. Mr.
Just
President.
imagine the hips in her waist are like pulling away. He's kind of like making a point on the top part of his body to
got
pull
her in
her
a
in close.
See, this is my whole thing about being 60 years old, and even when I turned 50 years old, it's like I just said to myself, part of my mission in my life is not to creep young women out. Nobody wants an old guy clinging to them if they're young. It's just that simple.
God love you.
That's not necessarily
Okay.
true.
Okay, now in the rockin', here she
I
is.
can
She's
smell your halitosis. Okay, you can back up.
Remember, no serious guys till you're 30.
Wow, your skin's like paper.
Serious guys until you're 48.
Why do you have all those splotches on your skin? It's weird.
birthday, get over here. Come on.
men,
Okay.
aging men.
You
must
feel like an old cat.
You must understand something. You must understand something. Aging men. Okay, there's an exception to the rule. Bill Belichick is
Me.
got $1 gazillion and he's dating a 24-year-old and he's 72. Celebrities, we get it. Rich people, whatever. But since most of us are not celebrities or multimillionaires or billionaires, this 60-year-old's going to give someone who's safe, maybe they're 52 and they don't quite get it yet. No young person wants to sleep with you. Just accept it.
Unless they're meth addicts.
Okay, I said that there are
Or you're paying enough for it.
there are exceptions. Well, paying, that's transactional. That's not real
Yeah,
sex.
that's a rich guy thing, but I've seen a lot of like loser truck driver dudes who have like meth chicks.
Yes.
I'm
And
not
that
saying
does,
truck drivers are losers, but the
No.
kind of guy that, used to drive
have you
a
been
truck.
hanging out at truck stops lately? Just
I know
observing
some-
the scene?
I know some lot lizards.
Well, you didn't fly in this time. You drove,
I
right?
hitchhiked.
But that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing for men to understand. You get to a certain age, and no one in their 20s wants to have sex with you.
What
So
about-
just live your life appropriately. Just don't even go there. Don't even, whatever's going on between your two ears, that's it. We can't police that. That's fine.
what about
Whatever.
this here?
But,
All the kids under the age of 15, come on up here.
That's
again,
gross.
again,
Unless that 20-year-old sounds like, hey, you.
Yeah, that's the kind of
I'm
chick
27
talking
years old. I don't know my dad, and I'm trying to get through Memphis.
Okay,
Hop in.
so that's transactional.
Hey,
that's
y'all.
something different. That's transactional. You're getting
Got
a
any
little something.
smokes?
Happy birthday to you. Remember, no serious guys till you're 30.
So she turned 15. This was her 15th
Yeah.
birthday.
So now,
So for many years, like 50, 60 years from now, she'll be talking to her grandkids about, because they will have learned the presidents, right?
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you about one of those presidents. I'm still creeped out. Great. She's got a story.
There's going to
forever.
be like a group therapy that you can attend if you were ever sang "Happy
Yeah.
Birthday" to by Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
I can see the thing goes out online. Has President Biden ever smelled your hair?
Yeah.
Join us this Saturday. We'll talk about it.
Just ask a bunch of senators' kids.
Oh,
You see
every
all
ti-
those photos?
Oh, for all those
Get
years
your
as vice
kid
president,
here.
because the
Oh,
vice
yeah.
president swears you in as a
Yes.
senator, right? Oh, yeah. And there's like children just like,
All the kids under the age of 15, come on up here.
One girl's trying to get away from him. He's got his arm around her.
what is.
back
Play that again. Can
All
anybody,
the kids under the age of 15, come on up here.
can anybody even think of a legitimate reason that any president says that?
It was a mass driver's license.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, learner's permits for everybody.
No, he said under the age of 15.
Yeah.
He didn't say
Oh,
over the age. You didn't say shoot, right? Please help
I
me
said
out.
shoot.
Okay.
Of course. I'm a pro,
I know you're a pro.
bro.
All the old ladies under age of 76.
Oh, God, my hips a little stiff.
What is the context of him saying that? I can't
Yeah,
even
do we
imagine.
know where that came from?
I have no idea. It's from so long ago. I
Let's-
cannot remember.
I can tell you the date that we pulled it on. I'll look.
Was Epstein still alive at the time?
This is from May 12th of 2023 when he said it.
I don't know. What was going on that day? And what if you were like 16? You're like, I guess I'll know.
Here's the longer cut.
All the kids under the age of 15, come on up here.
All right. That's the band. That's like when you keep on talking at the Academy Awards. They just, hey, get the band. This is awkward. Get us out of here.
Oh, it's a live event.
You okay?
You.
Mr. President, we only have till 7.
Happy birthday
Oh no.
to you. Anyway.
Doug Turnbull says there are issues on Highway 78.
Indeed, there are issues in the rain as you drive 78 eastbound where a postal truck has flipped on its side into the grass. 78 East in Lake Lucerne, but the rescue units are in the right lane, and that further backs up the traffic coming over from East Park Place, Rockbridge, Annistown, your best alternate there. South of Highway 78, the headlights on as you drive through the rain. I'm en route to check trouble. Our Smile Mark McKay found earlier in the left lane, 400 southbound below Glibridge, exit 3, and that slows traffic back toward I-285. Getting more rough on the south side perimeter. Toby Dawkins, School Break, Evergreen Traffic Center.
Yeah, slow in College Park, I-285 westbound, the interloop near exit to I-85, exit 61. Stalled Big Rig blocks one left lane. I'm seeing brake lights stretch past I-75. Avoid, use I-85 as an alternate. And this report is sponsored by the Georgia Lottery. Tomorrow's Mega Millions jackpot is $358 million. Select the multi-draw feature and stay in the game for the next several jackpot drawings. Drawings every Tuesday and Friday. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
$2,011,402.
Thank you for giving to the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorders Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
And you can still donate at WSBradio.com.
The WSB Carathon's mission will continue year-round.
Thank you for your support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
I'm with Chris Hoffman, host of Money Unleashed here on WSB. The 401k is the primary savings tool for many of us. Do you know what's in it? Would you like to know more? Chris Hoffman is offering you a chance to get your very own 401k x-ray.
We can do a complete study for you. You don't have to sit here and have us do it in front of you. We'll take the hours it takes for us to research everything, populate everything, run these reports for you, and we give you the reports, about a 10, 14-page report. It basically shows you how your portfolio has behaved over the past year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. It also shows you the risk profile of that mix of asset classes that you have in there. It'll show you how much money you've got in bonds versus stocks versus alternative versus cash. It'll also give you a scatter plot diagram, which basically tells you what positions are highly volatile or are underperforming your overall portfolio mix. So really in-depth report, great study. everybody seems to find value in it. So let us do that for you before you even come in for your first appointment. We'd have that and we'll give it to you. It's a great way to start, and it gives you information on your current portfolio. And there's usually 2 or 3 really nice golden nuggets in there of things that you can affect change on. I would take this opportunity to call us or go online and order your personalized portfolio x-ray.
Get the most out of your 401k by calling right now, 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858. And ask for your personalized 401k x-ray. Do it today.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group, Incorporated. Georgia Insurance License Number 163546.
For nearly 50 years, Shane Company has been Atlanta's most trusted family jeweler. We make finding your perfect engagement ring fun and easy. Because let's be honest, you might feel a little stressed out. We get it. That's why we do all the hard stuff. It's our job to bring you the biggest selection of beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones, amazing settings, and so many ways to customize. We've got your style and your price range covered. Atlanta, come in for a warm welcome and leave with your dream ring and an experience you'll never forget. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Well, we opened up Paul Stanley Presents, and although we spoke with Paul,
it became the Jared Hates Joe Biden segment.
It really is true.
That
It's
is
Jared.
not true.
I watched that video. He just had his arm around it for a second, cheat, and then he let her go.
Yeah, so
her
Jared.
little
Jared.
torso is pulling away from him.
I think you're exaggerating.
You exaggerate.
Did
you
you
just
watch
don't.
it?
You just don't like Joe Biden.
That is
You
not
always
what's
say,
going.
Hey, Eric, he did it again, and then I listened to it. It's like, that didn't sound that bad.
I done that
Many times. Many times. Now George Clark is feeding us more 15-year-old.
Yeah, we got another one here. Here it is
A
from
bunch of President Biden haters in this building.
Everybody under 15, come here.
Wow, that's a different time?
That's during the Braves World Series event.
Come here.
Everybody under 15, come here. All the kids under the age of 15, come on up here.
Okay, what is the context here? Is there candy? What?
Don't jump if you're 15.
What is the
rule for the president?
Why doesn't no, don't. It's family. It's a family show.
Yep.
But it is weird that he's done it twice. It's weird that he did it once, but it's even stranger that he did it twice.
All the girls between 18 and 24 come backstage.
Okay,
there we go, Paul Stanley.
That's a Kiss show.
Yeah, in the 80s. In the 70s, the ages were different.
Well, people didn't care so much now, do they?
I guess not.
Rock and roll stars were pretty much able to do whatever the hell they wanted. Yeah. There were no laws back then. I don't think that was a good thing.
I think there were laws. They just weren't enforced.
They weren't enforced because Jimmy Page's
boys
live-in...
will be boys and all.
Yeah, Jimmy Page's live-in girlfriend when he was 27 was 13.
Yeah, and didn't she date David Bowie after that?
I don't know about I'm going to call it dating, but they knew each other. And can you imagine now? People still love... I mean, I love Led Zeppelin. no canceling goes on.
They were a great band.
They were a great band, but I don't think just because it was 1972 or 73, we should just put that aside. Like, yeah, his live-in girlfriend was 13 when he was 27. I think that's as creepy then as it is now.
She
It
looked
absolutely
older.
is.
She
Yeah.
looked older.
What,
Doesn't matter
14?
how old anybody looks.
14? Did she look? That's it's not a laughing matter, but there's a guy in the Olympics. I can't remember what team he's on. He was put in prison for rape, and he's on the he was in prison, and I'm not going to say the age because it was a young age. Creeped me out, but he's like playing for one of the. Can you see what that guy's name is, George? He's like playing for one of the teams. I think it's like volleyball or something.
One of our Olympians?
No.
Okay.
No, it's from some other. One
He's
of those.
Dutch, isn't he?
Maybe, yeah, I think it's Dutch. And it might be soccer or volleyball or something like that. And it's like, okay, what are the rules here?
Dutch volleyball player Steven van de Velde.
Yeah. And we're talking about young. We're talking about this is not like borderline didn't get consent from the parents. We're talking about young here. I guess the idea is he served his time. You think you wouldn't want that with your brand. But, yeah. Maybe they don't have.
As an Olympian with the past, I don't like to put things in my past.
How come he's not still in jail?
Like dirt.
Well, I don't live there. I don't know. I don't know what their laws are, but he was convicted and he did do prison time.
Boys, Philippi boys.
I guess. What did you say it was again? I'm sorry. What was his sport again?
Volleyball.
He's a beach volleyball player.
Beach volleyball.
Oh, yeah, beach volleyball. Now they have to wear pants. What's the point of that?
No, they don't. Not all of them. I'm telling you, like Shelly was out
What
there.
Sports fan Tim Andrews is upset.
No pants.
It ain't beach volleyball if they're wearing pants. Oh, are we going to give this away here?
Yeah, why not?
We're going
Let's
to do
do
both of these at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, you're really pushing your luck, pal. All right, let's give some stuff away. 2 tickets to see the Coral Reefer Band tomorrow, August 2nd, at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com. Doug Turnbull says there are delays downtown.
You may be shocked to learn that 7585 south is slow below Lenox the whole way down the connector south to I-20. It's compounded by a crash on the left shoulder, 20 East at Boulevard, exit 59. And if you're heading to the eastern suburbs via Stone Mountain Freeway and Highway 78 East, Lake Lucerne, there's a heavy rain shower in that area between Stone Mountain and Snellville, and an overturned postal truck with a right lane block that slows you back to East Park Place. Take Annistown or Rockbridge instead. We still have trouble on 285 there, Jackson Heaton.
Yeah, we still have those delays. 285 westbound under the bridge, 285 to the airport, stalled tractor trailer in a left lane, and the brake lights stretch back to I-75. Use I-85 as your alternate to the airport. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It all started as a front door dream. You want those beautiful double doors for the front entrance of your home. But every company you talk to said that single door just can't go double. But with us, you can. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. We specialize in removing your dated single front door, side lights, and transom, replacing them with a beautiful double door, customized for that space to impress and welcome your guests. Get started at all4seasonsgarages.com.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money towards your dream home? With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then, your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for far more than I expected, and I got a golf cart," unquote. Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
Hey folks, it's Scott Slade, and I'm excited to partner with Virtual Imaging. This is now part of my proactive health plan. Heart disease runs in my family. I've been touched by it too. You need to know they offer one of the most advanced CT screening technologies in the Southeast. Low-dose radiation and very safe, similar to flying in an airplane. 98% accurate images of your arteries, and they can detect the most minute cancer cells at the earliest stage. And the new scan can now also get a clear picture of your brain. This is new, so if you have any concerns about dementia or stroke, it'll give you a clear understanding of the possibility. I'm partnering with Virtual Imaging now to get you and your spouse a heart scan at no charge with a few minimum requirements. It's normally a $750 value, but for peace of mind, it could be priceless. Not to mention, it could save your life. Just call 678-369-0202. That's 678-369-0202. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com. Do it now for you and then for your loved ones.
It's that time of year. Vacations, cookouts, fun. But I hope you aren't ignoring your home to-do list. You know, the one that starts, get water leak in basement fixed. Dave Baker here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Here, let me help you get started. If you have water in your basement or mold and mildew smells down there, simply go to aquaguard.net and set up an appointment for a free inspection from an AquaGuard expert. Well, that was easy. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Just remember, AquaGuard.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, reason to celebrate.
I know their families are relieved. I am elated.
The U.S. and Russia make their biggest prisoner swap in post-Soviet history.
Now, their brutal ordeal is over, and they're free.
President Biden announcing the deal that released more than 20 prisoners in a complex multi-nation operation.
They're out of Russia. Earlier today, they were flown to Turkey.
Flanked by some of the family members, the president was asked what he said to freed Americans Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan as they began their flight to freedom.
Welcome almost home.
Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
95 degrees in Atlanta, a few showers east of the city right now. Otherwise just hot. We do have a heat advisory in effect. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Atlanta police are investigating after a U.S. postal worker is robbed at gunpoint in Buckhead this afternoon. He was in a loading dock area when a masked man armed with a gun approached him. It happened near the Eclipse condominium building on Far Road. Someone walking near that building saw what happened and fired shots at the robber, who then shot back before running away. WSB Money Update now. The losses add up on Wall Street today. Money reporter Jason Brooks has the reasons behind the stock market freefall.
The U.S. economy worried investors after getting a trio of surprisingly soft signals, including an unexpected drop in construction spending, another month of contracting factory activity, and initial jobless claims rising to their highest level in a year.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average plummeting by nearly 500 points to close at 40,348. The NASDAQ is down over 400 points, down more than 2% for the day. Power bills are up, and Georgia Power's parent company, Southern Company, today reports a major increase in profits for the second quarter. Georgia Power's John Kraft says they are taking steps to help customers after a series of recent rate hikes.
We've been working hard to offset that and find ways to help customers save energy and use just the energy they need to save money on their bills.
Southern Company says its profits are up 43% of the second quarter to $1.2 billion. A missing 2-month-old girl who was the subject of a Levi's call in Sandy Springs is okay, and her father is now in custody.
She's in good condition, and she's been taken to a local hospital for a medical evaluation.
Sergeant Leon Milholland with Sandy Springs Police tells WSB 22-year-old Randy Bernard Clark is facing a charge of kidnapping. The owner of a Buckhead nightclub is taken into custody just as a hearing gets started today into a deadly shooting at the 1145 Lounge. The city of Atlanta is suing to keep the club permanently shut down. The club's owner is taken into custody on charges of failure to appear in court in another case. The shooting on Mother's Day killed 2 people and injured 4 others. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock makes a push for more affordable housing.
Warnock says his new bill, the American Housing and Economic Mobility Act, aims to create new affordable housing units across the country.
We aim to create some 3 million new units of housing, both through new construction, rehabilitation, and renovation.
He says the bill could also bring down rent in Georgia by about 10%. The projects would be paid for by increasing the estate tax threshold to levels not seen since the end of the George W. Bush administration, a change also proposed within the bill. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
DeKalb County is one of several in Georgia desperately looking to hire poll workers ahead of the election. The nonpartisan group Power the Poll says many longtime poll workers have quit. Some of the top concerns cited recently are COVID and threats against workers during and after the 2020 election. There is a national effort underway today to encourage people to staff voting locations. At the Paris Olympics, Simone Biles wins gold in the all-around competition today, and Team USA shocks the world in rowing. The men's 4 team of Nick Mead, Justin Best, Michael Grady, and Liam Corrigan taking home gold. It is now 5:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and this news is sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Triple team traffic starts now with Doug Turnbull.
Been a steady rain shower along Highway 78 between Stone Mountain and the Snellville area, and a crash with a mail truck on its side. 78 east of Lake Lucerne has the right lane blocked as you slow back to east of West Park Place. That rain also rolling over I-20 between Lithonia and Conyers. Headlights on there. Some added backups on that stretch of the East Freeway. Still a struggle along the south side perimeter. Kobe Dawkins, Cool Break, Hamburger Traffic Center.
Yeah, in College Park, I-25 westbound, the inner loop near exit to I-85, exit 61, stalled. Big rig blocks one left lane. I'm seeing brake lights stretching past and onto I-75. Avoid, use I-85 as an alternate. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, hot and humid for this evening. Sunset just before 8:40 p.m. Temperatures still in the mid to upper 80s at that time, with a heat index value closer to 90. Lows tonight will settle into the mid 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Outside of the rain, it's going to be a hot day with a high of 96. That's trending about 6 degrees above average for tomorrow afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 70s, afternoon highs in the low 90s. Monday, partly cloudy, morning low 74, afternoon high 92.
Not much rain right now on Storm Tracker radar, but if you are heading to the east of Atlanta, watch out for some heavy downpours. It's 87 in Cumming, 96 in Smyrna, 94 in McDonough. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Recent government figures show that driving now is more dangerous than it has been in years, and we've entered those 100 dangerous days of summer between Memorial and Labor Day where kids are out of school, there's pop-up thunderstorms, and unpredictable traffic patterns. Doug Turnbull for John Foy and Associates. If you get caught up in a wreck, you need an advocate with nearly 30 years of fighting for drivers and winning cases against the big insurance companies. Get that free consult at johnfoy.com. The first hours after your crash are the most critical. Don't wait. And there are no fees unless you win.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah!
Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security.
Security win.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep. Dave's feeling it, but it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
Ends 8/21/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Congratulations to Parrot Head Shelley Pruitt. Won 2 tickets to see the Coral Reefer Band tomorrow, August 2nd at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. You can still go. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com.
She said she'll be rocking all the way from Jonesboro up to Chastain.
I'm going to that.
Are you going to that?
Yeah.
Paul, is that what you're here for?
Well, I'm here for this, but I'm going to that.
I thought you were going to Mellow with me tomorrow.
No. Paul Entertainment News International Stanley is here. We have not done any of the entertainment stories. We are going to get to the entertainment stories. I wanted to ask Jared Yamamoto. You said something to me before the show, and I didn't quite understand it because I haven't been on social media in a long time, although the show is. I'm personally don't interact on social media. But
It's all Paul.
You would tell. Yes, we use Paul. 'Cause he's got a lot of time now. Kisses.
Here's the picture of my bicycle.
Here's the pasta I'm cooking.
That's right.
So you were saying you're going to try to re-up with X or something and get us some. What is that all about? You were saying.
Yeah. So basically,
Did we fall out of favor with Elon?
No. The model.
What happened?
The model that Elon has put into place now. It used to be that you could put videos of any length on X before or Twitter beforehand.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like a cost requirement. You could get verified without having to pay for it.
Okay.
But his model is everything you just pay for. You pay for tiers of it.
Okay.
And
so we have to pay for that tier?
Yeah, we got to pay for that tier.
Well, I'm sure the corporate people here will be like, for the Von Hessler doctrine, I don't even want to know how much it is a month. The answer is yes. Is that what you're? I don't know why Autumn would think that that's not absolutely
hilarious.
true. So what are you going to do? Try to finagle some kind of way to do this without paying?
I wish I could. I don't
You
think
can't
I don't think
stream
there is.
live on there without paying?
You have to pay.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it is a product.
Yeah.
But I hate what
It is a
I
platform.
love and I hate what Elon's done with that because everyone, number one, thought that when Elon purchased Twitter and made it X, that it was going to die. Number one, it's back and it's back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
But when you
It
pay,
doesn't mean anything more to me now than it did before Elon.
you almost joined when Elon bought it. I remember you were on the cusp. You're like, I might
No,
join
then
X.
He's just like he won't shut his mouth.
Still is annoying. As it
He's
always
just
was.
an annoying person. He's just annoying. He's less annoying to me because of my worldview than he is to others. But he's still annoying.
But I do hate how it limits the kind of media that you can put on there. Like you can only put a video that's under a minute on
You
there.
can put longer than that without
no,
paying.
It's only a minute.
I can. I don't pay.
I thought you paid.
No.
All right, that's it. Tim's the producer now.
That's right.
He seems to know more
Well,
about
Tim put his hand up.
Twitter at first wouldn't allow you to put a certain amount of video, and then they said, "Oh
They
no,
opened
you
it
can-"
up, but-
They opened it up, and I don't think he's restricted that.
But
'cause I
Elon, he
can
has
still put-
restricted some stuff. He's like, this is a product. You have to
Yeah.
pay for it. All I know is, so you think that's going to happen? What's it going to cost us?
It costs like $7 a month or something like that.
Oh, my goodness.
Let me see.
This should-
we're gonna have to fill out a form.
You know,
I don't know.
$84.
just take it out of my paycheck.
Autumn will
That's
pay
fine.
for Autumn will pay for it.
$84 billed annually.
Okay, I'll pay $84 if you think that it's going to do anything for
It'll be
us.
good. Our X account, our X presence will be much better.
Okay, but
for
one
the
thing.
Von Hessler doctrine.
Yes, the X presence, maybe it's necessary, but there are going to be rules. Rule number 1.
Okay.
When we're on X. Anyone who uses an octothorpe to engage with us will be ignored. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You did it.
Well
so
done.
naturally.
Octothorpe.
Thank you. The word of the day is now behind us. And remember, tomorrow's a big day because at the end of the week, we have to use all the words of the day in one paragraph.
All
but we
8.
had 3 last week that we left on the table. So this time, it's all 8 from the last 2 weeks.
Octothorpe.
All right. This Paul Entertainment News International Stanley's sitting on that behind,
getting
not
mad.
doing a whole hell of a lot. So you got any entertainment news stories for us, sir?
I do. I don't know how entertaining this is, but apparently,
Yes.
the Bush is back. And I'm not talking about that awful band. I'm talking about
Oh,
celebrity.
you didn't like Bush?
I didn't like
What was
Bush.
their big song?
Oh, Machine something. And
They
my-
had a couple.
Yeah.
What?
Glycerine.
No. Was that Glycerine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Glycerine.
I thought that was STP. That's how out of
Same
it I am.
thing.
So
That's
wasn't
fast as flies in the Vaseline. we
wasn't
know.
Gavin Gavin what's his face?
Is it STP?
Newsom?
STP. I said it.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom was the lead singer of.
Wasn't he married to the lady who was married to Blake Shelton now?
Yeah, the lady from No Doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were married.
Do they still get along?
They have kids.
Okay.
Glycerine.
They have
Yeah.
to.
Well, anyway.
Yes.
Celebrities
This,
like.
this is not about him or them.
No, this is
Okay.
about Doja Cat, who I know who that is. I don't know who Julia Fox is. But anyway, they are not trimming their you know what anymore.
So you're saying the Bush is back?
The Bush is back.
Like
That-
Elton John would say, the Bush,
Yeah.
the Bush is back.
And I don't get it because, listen, okay.
How do people know? First of all, they're walking
they're
around
walking
nude?
around and you can see it.
Yeah.
Boy, like in bikini
I don't think
lines?
it's about they're not. It's not that they're not trimming it.
No,
it's
they're
just
not.
bald anymore.
No, they're not.
All right, no, hold on. So you would. That's what I'm saying is it has to be about overflow. Otherwise, other people wouldn't be noticing.
Right.
And that would say, hey, that could be about trimming.
Well, listen, I cut the grass every week, and I don't let the weeds in the garden grow crazy.
Yeah, it's not all or nothing, right?
You got to
can
find
have
compromise.
Exactly. It's not like the old days in the 70s.
It's okay to be a little manicured, right?
In the Playboy, they used to have they were like like hearts. They would like have like different. They would be
I like this little hand motion that you're doing.
I'm trying not to be too disgusting. I'm just trying to tell you the way things used to be. It used to be a big deal.
If you're going to go around like that, Doja Cat, don't wear a see-through dress.
Oh, that's how people are saying.
Well, she's doing it on purpose.
Maybe she's doing it on purpose. She's saying, "Hey, deal with it."
Yeah.
Now, I
What
think
if
it's
I don't want to?
Well, I think it's a good thing because you know
probably
what
more
that
hygienic.
sends the signal of this is an adult, and that's not a bad thing.
Absolutely.
It's not a bad thing.
At the very least, that's what it's doing.
It's saying this is a mature individual. That's what that's
Yes.
saying.
Consensual,
Yes.
legal adult.
Exactly. So
Thank you for the
I think it's a good thing. I welcome it. I welcome it.
That's right, Eric.
I was amazed that shaved lasted as long as it did. Like usually the way trends are and how quickly they change each direction, I felt like the
We
shaved...
used to have, well, look, there was the great landing strip compromise of the early 2000s, and
Okay.
that just didn't last long.
Well, that was because in Georgia, the strip club laws were never mind.
Paul, you know a lot.
You played Georgia quite a bit.
Yeah,
they
we
come
did.
through. They come through
I
Atlanta.
used to go to that one that got closed down that I liked a lot. What was that, the Gold Club?
Yeah, the Gold
Yeah.
Club was closed down by which
The mayor.
The one before Shirley.
Oh, the one that got in trouble?
Got in jail.
Bill
He went to
Campbell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a really cool guy, but I guess he did something and he went to jail. But that was a long time ago.
Yep.
He got rid of Freaknik and also
The Gold Club.
The Gold Club.
I remember all the news stories about the Gold Club when I was growing up. I'm like, what's that place? And then, of course, my dad's like, yeah, we don't go there.
Yeah, that's how old.
We go to the Cheetah.
That's how much. We're a cheetah family.
Yeah. We don't like stripper poles.
That's how much older I am than you. I was one of the people doing those stories while you were in the back seat. Dad, what's the Gold Club?
What's the Gold Club?
All right, what else you got there, Paul Entertainment News International, Stanley?
We don't have to dwell on this one, but Ted Nugent and his son Rocco have released a new song called Who Shot Trump?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, whatever.
Next story.
I'll tell you what. I'm sorry. You cannot treat conspiracy theories on that situation the same as others. I'm still leaning toward incompetence, but I have to start rationalizing to myself.
Some of the videos that have come out are
it's just insane.
It's an abomination.
It would be as if you were watching the Sepp Bruder film from the JFK assassination. Now, it doesn't have sound because it was just like a 16 millimeter or 8 millimeter tourist thing. He was just seeing the president. He was shooting it. But it would be like if that had sound, and as the president's car is coming around the corner, you would hear a bunch of people pointing to the book depository going, there's a guy named Lee Harvey Oswald up there, and he's about to shoot the president. I mean, that's the difference here, right?
Yep.
The difference is that did seem to surprise everybody. This is the first time, and let's remember, he would have died had he not just turned his head at the last moment. This is the first time in an assassination kind of thing in my lifetime where there's just all kinds of evidence of people trying to get, hey, authorities, there's a guy up there. Now we know that like 90, they saw him walking across the roof, but it was too sloped.
Yeah.
Too dangerous for the Secret Service. He shot the guy dead, and he didn't roll off the roof. That's how sloped it was. Doug Turnbull says there are delays on 285 out of Forest Park.
Yes, there are. 285 West. The Interloop has been stacked in for about the last hour from I-75, exit 58 in Clayton County, over to where there's been a stalled big rig near I-85. Now, we checked with the DOT, and they say that big rig's in the middle of the 285 West ramps that go on to 85, and they may be shut down there, exit 61. So you need to work Riverdale Road over to I-85, or even head up into downtown Atlanta and take 20 West over to 85 and try to get down the connector south that way. So that's a big mess up. We're also 70-80 East is still a struggle out of Stone Mountain, and an earlier overturned mail truck at Lake Lucerne Road when the rain was falling that had been blocking the right lane. We need to check on that. The latest on the downtown connector, Jackson Heaton, Coolbray, Kemper Traffic Center.
Just a mess on the downtown connector, starting southbound 7585 south before you get to that downtown connector merge, and that takes you all the way down to the I-20 interchange, northbound starting at University Avenue, exit 244, and that takes you up into the Georgia Tech area. This report is sponsored by the Georgia Lottery. Win millions playing Powerball in-store or online at galottery.com, so you can finally vacation to that luxurious island, or you can just buy it only from the Georgia Lottery. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Tune into Atlanta's Morning
proposal also includes an extra $2,500 for teachers.
All your latest news,
WSB scam alert.
weather, and traffic.
Big Rig on its sides.
Tomorrow starting at 5.
He recommends changing your password.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start? Let's say you run a business, a school campus, a hospital, or a government facility. Finding ways to save can be overwhelming, but Georgia Power has energy efficiency tips and rebates to help. Things like improving lighting with LEDs, making HVAC upgrades, adding building controls, and more. Look, you've got a business to run and numbers to hit. Georgia Power can help you focus your energy where it matters most. Learn more at georgiapower.com/biz.
At City of Hope, we are driven to stop lung cancer, to respond to its every change, its every mutation with a new treatment approach, to meet the most complex cases with the latest innovations, to analyze cancer down to its DNA, then fight it with the newest surgical, radiation, and immunotherapies, to never give up, so you can be driven by hope. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-214-3777. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-214-3777. 800-214-3777. 800-214-3777.
On an MSC cruise, beauty is everywhere. It's in the thrill of a water slide, top-notch entertainment, and in quieter propellers. It's in the sunset and that toast on your very first night on board. For a limited time, cruise from $249. Plus, add drinks now and save. Discover the beauty of Ocean Key, MSC's private island marine reserve, and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Prices based on per person and includes government fees and taxes. Ships registered in Panama, Malta.
Keeping your home clean while trying to sell it with kids, dogs, or a busy life can be overwhelming. Skip the stress of constant cleaning and get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. One of our clients, Lori, said, they had our house sold within 3 days and kept us informed on everything that was happening. And I would highly recommend them to anyone looking to sell. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
By the way, I have just a big BS thing. My BS radar went off because I heard the very end, the earlier report, and then I looked it up. So Raphael Warnock, as soon as I heard this, I was like, go find out, Eric. Go find out. Because Eric asked the questions. It used to be all reporters didn't just go, I will ask the questions. The first question comes to my mind. Raphael Warnock rebooting a $500 million bill so that people could have more affordable housing, because as senator of the great state of Georgia, of course, you would care. You want people to be able to afford homes, right? I mean,
obviously.
Yes, and that's where, and as soon as I heard that, I was like, Okay, let's go take a look. Time to go to opensecrets.org, which is not as, it's not erotic in any way. Sounds like it's going to be Open Secrets. It's actually who takes what money from whom to get elected. And so it turns out Raphael Warnock, who every day wakes up worried that his constituents can't afford housing, he probably can't sleep at night. He cares that much about you. Raphael Warnock has never done anything for more power. He has to get that power because he cares so much about you. So what he wants to do is he wants to go into your tax money, get $500 million so he can make housing affordable because he cares so much. So I went to see who he's getting his money from. Oh, and isn't this interesting? He is, hedge funds. How many senators?
There are
100.
He is number 2 in the amount of money that he receives from hedge funds. Private equity and investment firms. You know, the people like BlackRock, Blackstone, they come into a market, they buy up a bunch of the homes. By the way, the reason that they're so big now is because they were too big. They came in and cleaned up after the 2008 mess. And you remember when all that 0% and interest rates and everything? Well, while the middle class shrank and went away, all of that money got sucked up into these firms because the laws were all made favorable toward them. They can already afford a home. Maybe 7 or 8 of them. But the money went their way. Now, I'm sure Raphael is just busy. He doesn't know this. He's taking this money.
Yeah.
So, how many senators again?
100.
So when it comes to private equity and investment firms, Raphael Warnock is number 3 with the amount of money. So
he gets a bronze.
BS, yes, he gets a bronze. And a silver from hedge funds. The 2 entities that are beating the hell out of and killing the middle class. These entities, these private equity and investment firms that Raphael Warnock is the number 3 person in the Senate taking their money, are the reason that young couples with 1 child can't afford to buy a home. Because they can't bid against Blackstone and BlackRock, who the government changed the laws to make them rich and remove the money from the middle class and send it to the Wall Street. So Raphael Warnock, if you care so much about home ownership, maybe you ought to have a meeting or 2 with these people that you love so much from the private equity groups, investment firms, and hedge funds. Maybe you should do that if you care so much. Or, no, come on, Raphael. You got to win again and get more power so that you can then turn around and help your constituents. That's how it works. So take all of their money and then tell us that you're on our side.
And Eric, why own anymore? You just rent till
That's
you
the
die.
whole thing. And by the way, that's a real thing. And by the way, the only way to get wealthy in this world is to own things. If you're 25 and you're being told you want to rent, you're being scammed. They're stealing your money. Doug Turnbull, still watching delays on 285. They're stealing your money and giving it to Raphael Warnock, by the way.
285 is not stealing your money, though. They just wasted your money sitting in traffic there, and you should have been listening to us and not getting stuck in this mess. 285 West, where you're slow from I-75 over the stalled big rig blocks, at least part of the ramp. 285 West on the I-85, exit 61 there in South Fulton County. I'm going to use Riverdale Road off of Forest Parkway to try to get up to 85 or head into downtown Atlanta. Take 20 west to 75, 85 south to get through that stretch toward the airport. We might have found some new trouble through the Ackworth area, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, I-75 southbound near Highway 92, exit 277. Jamcam's picking up a crash off to the right, slowing and going past Old Allatoona Road. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
And I'm Fred Blankenship. Mornings move fast.
And if it's breaking, our reporters are the first to know, bringing you fresh information.
Prepare for your day with us.
Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world. So why settle for an ordinary engagement ring you can find almost anywhere? Well, I know a place where you can design your own custom engagement ring. Terra Fine Jewelry Company. At Terra, the styles and designs are endless, and their expert jewelers make it easy to bring your personally designed engagement ring to life. Your bride-to-be deserves more than a cookie-cutter engagement ring, so explore the vast options of custom design rings at Terra Fine Jewelry Company in Buford, Georgia. Terra Fine Jewelry Company.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
It was super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Hi, this is Dr. Taylor from Be the Younger You Atlanta. Yes, it's true. So many of our patients lose up to 30 pounds in 1 month without bars, shakes, or prepackaged meals and no shots. They love that they feel great by the end of their first week. But you know what they love most? It's when I tell them after this, you'll never have to go through this again. They love knowing that they're done riding the emotional weight loss roller coaster. Because let's be honest, isn't lasting change what we all want? Sound too good to be true? Hear it from the patients themselves. Go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. That's BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. Or call 770-415-3000. That's 770-415-3000. And schedule your free weight loss consultation and learn the secret to lasting change. That's Be the Younger You Atlanta at 770-415-3000. That's 770-415-3000. Or go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. A shootout in broad daylight in Buckhead this afternoon. Atlanta police are searching for a suspect at this hour after a robbery attempt involving a postal worker.
Atlanta police say it happened near the Eclipse condominium building on Farr Road. A U.S. Postal Service carrier was working in the area when a man approached the carrier and pointed a gun at them, demanding the postal vehicle and mailbox keys. A witness then pulled out their own weapon and started shooting at the suspect. The suspect fired back and ran from the scene on foot. No one was injured. Atlanta police and the USPS inspectors are investigating. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
94 degrees in Atlanta, mainly dry the next few days, but we do have this heat to deal with.
Because it's so humid outside, the feels like heat index values will be closer to 105 to 110. Stay hydrated today, take plenty of breaks, and of course, get into the air conditioning as often as possible.
Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. The owner of a Buckhead nightclub is thrown in jail during a hearing today to determine if his club should be allowed to resume business after recent violence.
Atlanta Police Detective Latoya Francis had just wrapped up testimony at a hearing in which the city of Atlanta is suing to shutter 1145 Lounge.
We knew that particular location to be a problem.
When the judge dropped a bombshell on 1145 owner Jabril DeFay, he's got a bench warrant out for his arrest.
And I'm going to have to take you into custody.
Fulton County court records show DeFay was indicted for identity fraud and theft last December, and he failed to appear at a hearing in May. Meantime, his club is fighting to keep its license, saying they've added metal detectors since a deadly Mother's Day weekend shooting. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
American prisoners held in Russia are now free.
The deal that made this possible was a feat of diplomacy and friendship.
President Biden announcing the release of reporter Evan Gerskovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan in a prisoner swap.
Russian authorities arrested them, convicted them in show trials, and sentenced them to long prison terms, with absolutely no legitimate reason whatsoever. None.
The president says 16 prisoners in total have been set free from Russia. As the Georgia Bulldogs begin fall camp today, Coach Kirby Smart announces he has dismissed wide receiver Ra Thomas from the football team.
I had a chance to sit down and meet with him face-to-face Tuesday, which I think was really important
and let him know that he can no longer be a part of the football team.
It comes less than a week after Thomas was arrested on charges which included cruelty to children. News about your health now. Aspirin may cut your risk of colon cancer.
A study of more than 110,000 people over 30 years finds taking aspirin at least twice a week may reduce your risk of colorectal cancer. Researchers say those who took aspirin cut their risk by about 18% compared to those who didn't take aspirin. And participants who lived a less healthy lifestyle had more of a benefit, particularly if they smoked or if their BMI was higher than 25.
WSB Health reporter Sabrina Cupid says the research shows the greatest effect of aspirin in people with the most risk factors for colon cancer. As the Carter Center gets ready for Jimmy Carter's 100th birthday celebration, we get a health update today on the former president.
You know, there's been no physical change. It's remarkable. When he went into hospice 18 months ago, we were not sure how long that would be. And then when Rosalind died back in November, we weren't sure how much longer he would hang on.
Carter Center CEO Paige Alexander says Jimmy Carter is nothing if not full of surprises. He turns 100 on October 1st. Airlines may be banned from charging parents to sit with their young children when they fly.
This is something we think is very important. I feel that way even more strongly now that I've had the experience of flying with toddlers. My husband and I have flown often with our kids who are about to turn 3. That is a complicated process already.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says under the proposal, airlines would be required to seat children 13 or younger next to their parents for free. It is 6:04 and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic, and here is Doug Turnbull.
Better news through College Park. Looks like the stalled Big Rig is cleared off the Jam Cam in southern Fulton County, 285 west. The inner loop at I-85, exit 61. You slow back towards 75 as you come out of Clayton County. The Store Tracker radar shows a big old mass of rain along 78 at Stelville and along I-20 at Conyers. Headlights on. Been earlier problems that still cause backups in through the Stelville area. 78 eastbound at Lake Lucerne, and some inbound sluggish traffic into Ackworth with a crash on the right shoulder in the Jam Cam. 75 south near Highway 92, exit 277. The latest downtown, Jackson Eaton, Coolray, Hemringer Traffic Center.
Those downtown connector delays are getting worse. If you're headed 400 southbound, just know you're going to run into some brake lights once you get to 85, because starting from the 75-85 merge, you're on the brakes through the I-20 interchange. And if you're headed northbound, starting at University Avenue, exit 244, looks like a crash. Looking on the Jam Cam, just got off on the right shoulder there. And those brake lights take you up into the Georgia Tech area. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of summer. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, hot and humid for this evening. Sunset just before 8:40 p.m. Temperatures still in the mid to upper 80s at that time, with a heat index value closer to 90. Lows tonight will settle into the mid 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Outside of the rain, it's going to be a hot day with a high of 96. That's trending about 6 degrees above average for tomorrow afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 70s, afternoon highs in the low 90s. Monday, partly cloudy, morning low 74, afternoon high 92.
Storm Tracker radar shows some heavy rain right now if you're heading east on I-20 toward Conyers and Covington. Otherwise, it's 94 in Eagles Landing, 92 in Brookhaven, 89 in Canton. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Shut up, Yamamoto. We're back on the air. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
Spitting that knowledge. It's carrying over into the radio show.
When you spit knowledge.
Knowledge, thank you.
I have a couple things to say before we move on to what I think is going to be our first Free Audio Association lightning round.
We've never done that before. This is unbelievable.
This is like the part of the Gallagher show where you got to pull the you got to pull the plastic tarp over yourself, because we don't exactly.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we don't really know what's going to happen. This is a couple of things going on. That one is that what's his name? Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
Yes.
He had a plea deal that he would not. He and a couple others. But he was considered the mastermind of the 9/11. I don't know if he was the mastermind. He wasn't the mastermind, but he was one of the main funders and sort of logistics guy, and made sure that all the people got into place and all that. And so I guess he made a deal, and the deal is that he doesn't get the death penalty, and people are angry about that. And I can understand why they're angry about that. Here's the thing for me is when I saw the picture on TV again yesterday because it's that famous picture. He's got hair coming out of everywhere. He's wearing an undershirt with just hair all over. Just
looks like
billowing.
Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, he does. And I looked up and I thought that guy was dead. 9/11. It's almost a couple months. It'll be 23 years ago. And so what I don't understand is why hasn't all of this happened, death penalty or not? Why 23 years later are we still making? I don't quite understand that. I know they're trying to close Guantanamo Bay, that facility, and maybe that has something to do with it. But usually you agree to a plea that you don't get the death penalty before you go to trial, right?
Typically.
The idea is, okay, we're going to take this off the table. But if he has a plea deal, I guess he doesn't have to go to trial. What? Has he already gone to trial? George, before we're done, right now, but is he, so he's just been held for 23 years? I'm a little confused. I get why people are upset because 3,000 people died. And if he's able to make a plea deal, why is he able to I guess my question is, why wasn't this a scandal in 2005? This is what I don't understand.
Can't you,
why is it a
there a certain
scandal
amount of
now?
times that you can appeal, though, right?
Nah, it's a different deal. He's not in, that's why they're on foreign soil.
Sure.
You bring
Yeah,
them
could
to
it be something
American
about-
soil, then you're going to have a lot of they suddenly get certain rights when you bring them to
Correct.
to our soil. Yes, Autumn.
Could it have something to do with the wars and maybe they're from that country and so we're actively at war with them until we're not, and then we can make some legal things happen?
No. We've got a lot of people that we have rendered judgment upon. I believe some of them we've released and sent back to where they came from. I don't think it has anything to do with that. What, George?
The government faced the difficult challenge of advancing a case that had stalled over the course of the 2 decades since his capture. They were still in pre-trial hearings.
I don't get that. I do not understand.
For 23
years? I don't quite understand.
It's a head scratcher.
It's a head scratcher. It's like, is there a problem? Is there not enough evidence? So what is happening here?
I think your point about a trial. He'd have to go on trial, which gives him a platform for his voice. And he also,
But it's some different
if he's
kind of
put
trial.
to death,
Right.
he becomes a martyr.
Maybe. I don't know. There's ways to do that. We killed Osama bin Laden. You don't hear a whole lot about that. They just dumped him into the sea.
So here's some kind of explanation. It says here that they were trying to determine how to. It was delayed for years as the U.S. tried to determine how to handle the issue of torture used against Muhammad.
that too.
Okay, so they've got to deal with that.
The Guantanamo stuff.
And they got to deal with that. So basically, they got him to plead to something that they can keep him in jail for the rest of his life, probably.
The issue posed a legal problem for prosecutors about whether evidence obtained through torture was admissible in court.
And so, obviously, if they accepted the plea deal, what they're thinking is they won't be able to put that evidence
Right.
in. And without that evidence that they got during the waterboarding and that sort of thing, they don't think they would have won the case. So that's what it says to me. I get people being upset. I swear to you, I thought the guy was already dead.
That's what I thought,
I remember
too.
seeing that picture all the time back when everything went down.
Just shows you that there's so much going on in the news cycle every single day that it's easy to get distracted and get lost with everything that's going on. You forget about things.
Well, there's an assumption after almost 25 years
Yeah.
that something's probably handled and done by now.
Right. Another thought that I have of the world news that's going on right now is because Elon Musk is now challenging Maduro in Venezuela.
Maduro has accepted. Both have accepted.
Fight. Right, exactly. Well,
They're ready to go.
He was supposed
they're
to
gonna fight?
That's what
They're going to fight.
There was supposed to be Zuckerberg. Remember, they were supposed to have a cage
Yeah.
match. That never happened. But here's the thing about Venezuela. Excuse me?
Elon's still down for that.
That's what he's. Oh, with
Zuckerberg, he's still
he
down.
says.
That guy would kick his
Let me
butt.
tell you something. He would get his butt whooped by
Let's
Mark
see it.
Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg still works out.
Yeah, he does
He's one of these.
jujitsu, he
Yeah.
surfs.
No, Elon's going to lose even to Bezos, who works out like a weirdo.
I just eat a lot and
Yeah.
drive around in my Cybertruck.
Yeah, you are fueled by pasta, Elon.
Pasta and
I don't think it's going to work
And
out.
shrooms.
weed.
And
Pasta.
furry conventions.
Ketamine. Is he now been? Do we know he goes to furry conventions now?
No, there's.
No, you just-
But I mean, he's been when he was dorkier and had less
Yeah.
hair. He was in like the baby furry outfits.
But you got to remember, he was just getting started on having 10, 12, 13 kids. I think that
Oh, he loves having kids.
Elon Musk and Tyreek Hill, wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins, there's the challenge.
Yes.
Who can have more kids in a shorter space of time?
Turns out they're related.
Yes, they are. Well, we're all related. If you
One
really
way
get
or
down
another.
to it. But when it comes to what's going on in Venezuela, which is all of the polls before the actual election showed the opposition winning by a lot, 30%, 40%, something like that. And then Maduro, when it's over, is like immediately declares that he won and that he won big. And so there's a big backlash to that. People are in the streets. Elon is challenging him to a fight. And again, this is with the press corps. That proves that we don't really have a national press corps. Because no one in the press corps is remotely interested in finding out the most important thing, which is what level are we involved in Venezuela? At what level? I want to know. I mean, damn it, they're my taxes. I want to know. I'm absolutely sure the answer is not zero. So, and it doesn't, I just want to know. You're reporters, you're the press corps. You're supposed to provide context. You're supposed to fill in the blanks. You're supposed to almost ignore the official thing the intelligence agencies tell you. Sure, take it, maintain your contacts. But let's be skeptical. So the only real question of interest when it comes to Venezuela to me is, with everything going on before this election and after this election, how much of my tax money and how much of what my intelligence agencies are doing are involved with what's happening? Once I know that, I'll digest it and then I'll give you an opinion. But I'm done with foreign policy opinions based on news reports that come from intelligence agencies. I no longer believe anything they say. That's simple. I'm applying to that institution of agencies the same thing that I apply to human beings in my life. If you lie to me once, you might get a second chance. But if you get a second chance and lie to me again, there is no third chance. It will never happen. I know who you are. I know what you are. You know what? I'm a good enough person as I walk away to wish you the best of luck. But whatever happens in your future is not going to involve me.
And don't forget, too, with the Venezuela example that you're bringing up here, Guaido, back in 2019, he tried to overthrow Maduro, and we were 100% behind him.
More than 100% behind him. That's what I'm saying.
We started calling him the president.
Right. So what happened 6 months earlier? Where did he get the money? Where did the platform come from? And were you, the taxpayer, informed that your money would be used in that way? Of course you weren't. The intelligence agencies don't want you to know. The weird thing is, now the National Press Corps doesn't want you to know.
Well, they're part of the...
Well, I don't know. I'm going to go with incompetence until I see actual things. But I no longer yell at people who come up with theories and stuff. It's absurd. The amount of countries that our intelligence agencies are messing with on a daily basis is, how many countries are there? 190 or something?
Only one that matters. Yeah. United States of America.
You're right. The one that was founded by God. The
195.
United States. 195. I would imagine that there's maybe 25 to 30 we're not messing with, and the reason is because they don't matter. There's nothing under their feet that can fuel anything, and they're just located in a geolocation where they just don't matter.
That's why I thought it was perfectly rational to be skeptical about those exit polls that came out of Venezuela, because we've had our hand involved so much in it. I'm not saying that Maduro's a good guy.
No, and none of this is to say that Maduro's a good guy. Understanding what's really going on in Ukraine is not to say that Putin is a good guy. I'm a taxpayer. National Press Corps, your job is to fill in the blanks and let me know what they don't want to tell me. Otherwise, stay in bed tomorrow. You're doing no good for anyone, because you're going to do another story that the intelligence agency pushed to you to show me that Maduro is bad. I get who Maduro is. What I want to know from the National Press Corps is what we are. Is the National Press Corps indicating to us that there's 0% involvement in what's going on in Venezuela? Or we'll just tell you what they tell us to tell you? That's what it feels like. Nobody's questioning them. Why don't we have have a daily thing from the Pentagon and intelligence agencies where the press is asking questions?
We used to.
This is according to the Chicago Council of Global Affairs. As of September 2022, there are active duty military troops across 178 countries.
178 countries.
17.
Out of 198?
Yeah. But it's Russia and China that are trying to take things over.
178, so that leaves 17.
17, and I guarantee you those 17 absolutely do not matter unless we use them the way we use them. Like remember the coalition of the willing?
Oh yeah.
And they'd throw in all those countries that we just pay to be our friends.
Don't forget Poland.
We got Micronesia.
Don't forget Micronesia.
We got Micronesia. Well, I'm sure they're helping us out on the battlefield. Doug Turnbull says there are big problems on 85 southbound into Midtown.
And that's why I issued a travel advisory on our new look triple team traffic alert app. A car is on its side. We are first to arrive here just after 6 p.m. on 85 South, just before 17th Street, exit 84. And the 3 right lanes are blocked. State Patrol is on scene, but that's why 400 South's on jam from Lenox, 85 South from Cheshire Bridge. You can use Piedmont or Piedmont or Monroe Drive to get into Midtown, or you can use 285 to bypass downtown Atlanta as well. We've been watching the south side perimeter that still has backups. Kobe Dawkins, Cool Rig Evergreen Traffic Center.
Yeah, in College Park, 285 westbound, the inner loop near I-85 exit 61 earlier stalled. Big Rig has cleared, but we're still seeing brake lights stretch past I-75. You might want to use Forest Parkway as an alternate. And this report is sponsored by Dynavite. Your dog's health begins in the gut. Dynavite is the nutritional supplement created to boost your dog's immune system. You can now try Dynavite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Visit DINOVITE.com/radio. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You've done it for 24 years.
We've waited 24 years to make this announcement. $2,011,402.
Thank you for giving to the Aflac Cancer and Blood Disorder Center at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
You can still donate at WSBRadio.com.
The WSB Care-a-thon's mission will continue year-round.
Thank you for your support of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Your sky full of stars.
It's time to keep the party going. All Parrot Heads unite once again with Jimmy Buffett's Coral Reefer Band.
It's 5 o'clock
This Friday night at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Let's keep the party going with a tribute to Jimmy Buffett featuring the Coral Reefer Band. One night only. This Friday night at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park.
Shane Company knows shopping for diamonds is a big deal. We've been servicing Atlanta for nearly 50 years, so we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring. At Shane Company, we work with your budget. Choose from our beautiful hand-picked diamonds and gemstones. Select a setting, then add an engraving. It's that easy. Your ring also comes with a free lifetime warranty. Atlanta, this is our promise to you. Come check out one of our 3 local stores, Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Self-employed in 2021? You may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartsetc.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartsetc.com now. That's smartsetc.com.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
All right. We have no more Paul Entertainment News International Stanley. You're just hanging out now.
Well, you said no to the story.
Not that great.
Well, he's getting ready to. He wants to start pre-gaming for Mello tomorrow at the Roxy.
I told you that I'm going to the Jimmy Buffett thing.
Then coming to Mello.
No.
I'm not going anywhere near Mello. I
And
drink
besides,
a Mello Yellow.
Mello stole the Kiss thing. Except, you guys put on makeup. He put a bucket over his head. He's stealing your...
Oh, he stole it, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
nobody knows what I look like. It's been done before.
Stole it from Buckethead.
Been done before.
The guitarist.
To be fair, Paul was telling me during the break he likes San Holo better, which is going to be the opener for Mello.
Why do you keep
I don't know
pushing-
any of
I
these
use-
people.
Of course you don't, because
Why
they're
would
not
I?
real musicians.
No, they just
are
they
they really?
They
How
press
dare you.
buttons. They
How
press
dare you.
Play
buttons.
the laptop. How are you? Do you think
San
Marsh?
Holo? Is it like a little thing?
Yeah.
Hans Solo?
Yes, it is.
Very. That's how
That is
clever
so
the person
stupid.
is. So you think you're trying to convince me that Marshmallow?
Why do you say it like
after
that?
a show,
Marshmallow.
because people don't say they say mellow, but it's mallow. It's marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
So you're telling me that like at 2:00 in the morning he gets inspired and he's at the edge of his hotel room bed strumming a guitar, going, "Yeah, okay, this." That's what musicians do.
He goes at the end of his bed. He's got a keyboard and he starts playing the keyboard.
and
That's
he bought,
okay. Keyboard's okay.
No, that's okay. But then he bought a bunch of stems, and now he's working
He
those
makes
into
the
his.
stems. That's what makes him. He's a great producer.
Yeah.
What's a stem?
A stem is I think it's a way to get
Seeds and stems?
girls involved in science. I believe.
Oh, I think so.
I think so. All right, so let's do this.
Free Audio Association.
First time Free Audio Association, lady.
I'm excited.
I
I'm
bet.
fully charged.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, this is a fun piece of audio right here. So
Don't tell me how to react.
This is fun.
I'll decide.
Is it something to do with women? For autumn?
you know, I can have
Audible like this.
There you go.
Vacuum
Hold on.
cleaners are back in business.
Ladies and
The
gentlemen, I
attacks that
don't
are happening on this
I
show.
don't exactly know why. I know you know. I do. People maybe stick around anyway, but this is usually the point in the show where things just kind of get off the rails. All right, go ahead.
All right, so Eminem had a moment where he was arguing with an AI version of himself.
No, it's not a moment. I think that this is part of his video.
This is
for
cool.
the new thing. I actually think it's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Although it does allow, well, you vote the right way, so you get a pass.
Yes.
So you sang about beating up and murdering innocent women. How do you vote? Okay, well, all right, look, you get a pass. You get a pass. But J.D. Vance, we're going to lie and say that he had sex with a couch, which never happened. That's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. But Eminem, how do you vote? Oh, yeah, all those songs about murdering innocent women. How do you vote? Okay, yeah, you get a pass. But this is a clever way to do it.
I've been sent from the past to save our career.
Stop it. We have to explain. It is Slim Shady from the 90s and the Eminem of today having a conversation.
I've been sent from the past to save our career.
To save my career. My 25-year career, where I sold like 1 billion albums. I think I'm doing pretty fine.
We sold all that off my back. Don't get it twisted. Well, for me, you'd still be wearing that same damn Nike Air hat. You're not Taylor Swift.
So he's rough. The Eminem from the 90s.
Yeah, he's a little rough on it. On
early
his
2000s, I should say.
Sounds like
right?
he's arguing with Aziz Ansari.
There's a little more.
Is he still canceled or is he out of jail?
I haven't seen him do anything.
No,
he's done.
He's just not that talented, really.
Oh,
Well, he's not. His stand-up's okay, and he was funny on the show on Parks and Rec, but that's kind of it.
Yeah, I know, but the guy made an awkward move on a girl.
Oh, absolutely.
He could
that
do
whole
stand-up
thing
if he
was
wanted to.
It was just ridiculous,
overblown.
right? He just basically made an awkward move.
It wasn't a awkward move. It was a continued awkward night that
Right.
nobody put a stop
Right.
to, and then she changed her mind later.
Okay, but I mean, I wasn't there, but it just
True.
seems like maybe, I don't know, 8 years in cancel jail ought to be enough, or however long it's been now. Look, Will Smith is back. Come on.
He doesn't have it.
He
I'm
smacked
telling
a
you,
guy
he's
on
not that
television. All right, I think we have more from Eminem, but right now we have to go to Doug Turnbull. Says there are big problems on 85 southbound into Midtown.
Travel advisory out of northeast Atlanta. Indeed, a car is on its side. Hero and State Patrol are with it in the 3 right lanes. 85 south before 17th Street. You're bumper to bumper on 85 and 400 south coming down from the Lennox area. The backups there have backed up the Beaufort Spring Connector, Highway 13 south as you ride into downtown Atlanta. So you use Piedmont or Monroe to access Midtown because that ride sure has been a mess. We've also seen rain and delays out of the East Freeway, Jackson Eaton.
Yeah, seeing those delays, heavy downpours has you slow both directions on I-20 in and around Lithonia. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
For over 140 years, Georgia Power has proudly provided our state with clean, safe, reliable, and affordable energy. And with the recent completion of our newest nuclear power unit, Plant Vogtle is now the largest generator of clean energy in the United States and will provide Georgians with zero-emissions electricity for generations to come. Because a bright future deserves a reliable foundation. Learn more at georgiapower.com.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
And I'm Fred Blankenship. Our team looks out for you every day, warning you of ripoffs and scams happening where you live, so you're prepared for the day.
Join us on Channel 2 Action News this morning, every day from 4:30 to 7.
Shane Company has been servicing Atlanta for nearly 50 years, and we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring, no matter your budget, and we'll protect it with a free lifetime warranty. Come visit us in Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed. Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story at a time when power bills are soaring. Profits are way up for Georgia Power.
Officials say profits are up 61% in the second quarter to $762 million. That as many customers see a spike in their monthly bills amid hot summer temperatures. Customers have also seen a series of rate increases over the past few years, with another planned for 2025.
We know that energy is a critical part of the budget for every family. That's why we work so hard to maintain affordability.
Georgia Power's John Kraft says those increases are needed for a variety of infrastructure improvements and stability. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
94 degrees in Atlanta. Few areas getting some rain to cool off, but where it's not raining, there is a heat advisory. Right now, heavy rain falling along I-20 as you're headed out toward Rockdale County and Newton County this afternoon. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Atlanta police are investigating after a U.S. postal worker is robbed at gunpoint this afternoon in Buckhead. He was in a loading dock area when a masked man armed with a gun approached him. It happened near the Eclipse condominium building on Farr Road. Someone walking near that building saw what happened and fired shots at the robber, who then shot back before running away. They're free. President Biden announces the release of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan, along with several others, in a multi-nation prisoner exchange with Russia. The president praises other countries involved in the negotiations.
This deal would not have been made possible without our allies. Germany, Poland, Slovenia, Norway, and Turkey, they all stepped up, and they stood with us They stood with us.
In return, Russia will receive 8 of its nationals, including 3 held in U.S. prisons. A missing 2-month-old girl who was the subject of a Levi's call in Sandy Springs is okay, and her father is now in custody. The girl's mother talks to Channel 2 Action News today.
My emotions are everywhere right now, but I'm very happy. I'm very grateful. I'm relieved.
22-year-old Randy Bernard Clark is facing a charge of kidnapping. Rhea Clark was abducted from a Sandy Springs hotel early Wednesday morning. Investigators say she was taken by her father, who did not have custody. We are getting an update today on the cause of a U.S. military Osprey aircraft crash that killed a Georgia service member.
An Air Force investigation released today found the Osprey crash that killed 8 U.S. airmen off of Japan in November was caused by a, quote, catastrophic failure of a gearbox and the pilot's decision to keep flying despite multiple warnings there could be a problem.
CBS's Eleanor Watson reporting from the Pentagon. 25-year-old U.S. Staff Sergeant Jake Turnage of Kennesaw was one of the 8 service members killed. WSB scam alert for Peach Pass users. The Georgia State Road and Tollway Authority is warning about fake text messages going out to steal your private information. The text asks for money to avoid a late fee to pay off your balance. Several accounts have received this message, which is actually a smishing attempt. And now a WSB Money update. The losses add up on Wall Street today. Money reporter Jason Brooks has the reasons behind the stock market free fall.
The U.S. economy worried investors after getting a trio of surprisingly soft signals, including an unexpected drop in construction spending, another month of contracting factory activity, and initial jobless claims rising to their highest level in a year.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average plummets by nearly 500 points to close at 40,384. I should say 348. The NASDAQ is down over 400 points today and is down more than 2%. At the Paris Olympics, Simone Biles wins gold in the all-around competition. Suni Lee takes the bronze. In the pool, American Kate Douglas wins gold in the 200-meter breaststroke, and Reagan Smith wins silver in the 200 butterfly. The U.S. women win gold in the team fencing competition over Italy. The U.S. gold medal count now up to 8. It is 6:34 and time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And Triple Team Traffic starts now with Doug Turnbull.
Travel advisory going Buckhead to Midtown, 85 south. A rollover crash at 3 right lanes before 17th Street, exit 84. Bumper-to-bumper stuff down from Lennox. The Beaver Spring connector south also backed up, so you see Piedmont or Monroe as you head into town. Headlights on as you head through DeKalb out to Rockdale County and even into Gwinnett County via 78 with heavy rain showers out there. That rain really bogging down the ride on I-20 east as you ride through that Stonecrest construction zone out toward Conyers. How does 285 look bypassing downtown Atlanta? Kobe Dawkins, School Ray, Kimberger Graphic Center.
Yeah, moving slow in Sandy Springs, I-285 westbound. Seeing you move slow from Georgia 400 to I-75 and getting into Tucker, I-285 eastbound slow from Spaghetti Junction to Highway 78. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, hot and humid for this evening. Sunset just before 8:40 p.m. Temperatures still in the mid to upper 80s at that time with a heat index value closer to 90. Lows tonight will settle into the mid 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with scattered pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Outside of the rain, it's going to be a hot day with a high of 96. That's trending about 6 degrees above average for tomorrow afternoon. Saturday and Sunday, partly cloudy with pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Morning lows in the 70s, afternoon highs in the low 90s. Monday, partly cloudy, morning low 74, afternoon high 92.
And Storm Tracker radar shows that heavy rain right now east of Atlanta, so beware if you're traveling down I-20 toward Conyers at this hour. Otherwise, in Midtown Atlanta, it is 94 degrees. Remember, we do have a heat advisory in effect still. Dunwoody's at 88, and Peachtree City is at 90. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2798. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's what welcomes people to your home, and first impressions are everything. Your front door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. We're the experts for every opening in your home. Not only your garage door, but your windows and your front door too. Replace your dated single front door with a gorgeous double door. No matter the size of your entrance, we can customize and install the double doors of your dreams. Make your front door grand. Get started at all4seasonsgarages.com.
How often do you read customer reviews before making a big purchase? At the Original Mattress Factory, over half of our business comes from repeats and referrals. We want to share some recent feedback from an actual OMF customer.
I couldn't have asked for a better shopping experience or a better mattress. My last OMF bed is still in use in my guest room. I'd recommend the Original Mattress Factory to anyone. They're the best.
Come see what all the buzz is about at the Original Mattress Factory.
You know, we're talking about that guy who went to prison for sexual. I don't like the R word, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual assault R word. I just like saying it. And he's playing for what, the Dutch team?
He's a beach volleyball player.
So he went to prison for that, and now he's. And the one thing thought that I think that should disqualify you. I'm not Dutch, so I don't know how, but I know he did his time, but that should probably disqualify you from actually representing your country at the Olympics. You know, a morals clause, something along.
Yeah, you are representing your country.
Yeah, not a good.
Is this a good choice as a representation?
So then, what I thought was, how bad was the dude that played volleyball that would have replaced him?
Yeah. Well, it's a small country.
Yeah, somebody's like, I didn't get chosen.
It's like, but, you know, quite frankly, Jim, I got to be honest with you. You stink.
Let's be honest. It's a small country. They had a not as big of a field to pull from.
Yeah, I suppose. But somebody didn't make the team.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, wow, I didn't. Do something else, by the way. If you didn't make that team, you're not good at what you think you're good at. Go ahead and do something else. Another thing about the Olympics is it's an opportunity to find out how many different networks Comcast owns. So like the E! Entertainment, I had no idea that was an NBC property. So learn. People, take an opportunity to learn what you can. Did you know the E! Entertainment Network was part of the Comcast NBC?
But it seems to me that most of these big TV networks are kind of bundled all together anyway. They have like, I got 7 channels here, 7
But
channels
E! in
there.
particular has always, well, not always, but has for years shown the Olympics.
That's correct. Although you spoke out of line, that's why I had to do that.
Oh, I understand. Listen, I get it.
You know, I don't like to do that. It's just a matter of
You do it because you love.
You got to show the hand every once in a while. That's all there is to it.
I hope I don't make another mistake.
That wasn't for you. That's
Zap
just
her again.
That's just no. That was not zapping her. That was. I'm not zapping her. I'm not zapping her. I'm saying it's time for this lightning round of Free Audio Association. What was that again? Okay.
All right.
Monday edition.
Why not? Just do them all. Let's go right down the line here.
Georgia
Back.
Ding 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 ding. Shin boom.
It's a clap. That's the top row of my array.
The
Right there.
clap.
That was when James Carville said that he thought that Donald Trump had the clap because he had
right.
he had like
Yeah,
a red
stuff on his
Sharpie
hand.
on his hand for.
right.
Yeah, funny enough, that wasn't considered goofy or weird. You know how they talk about how people sound weird? James Carville doing a diagnosis, a medical diagnosis.
Clap.
That wasn't seen as weird. And James, come on back to our show again and tell us what you think about what's going to happen tomorrow.
Clapper.
Clap on.
Clap off. The clapper.
The clapper. All right. What is next in the lightning round of? We got to do the other part of the M&M thing. This is actually the better part.
Look, man, I've grown up, bro. My
Older
fan base has
Eminem
grown
here.
up. The world's changed. And people are way more sensitive now. Every other week on TikTok, Gen Z discovers you on Monday and cancels me on Tuesday.
But don't worry about it. It turns out I vote the right way. So much like Jimmy Kimmel, who's allowed to have wearing blackface in his past, I vote the right way. So guess what? We're gonna get a pass. 2000 Slim Shady, and 2024 Eminem, and all the all-time wonder Jimmy Kimmel. How do you vote? Oh, yeah. You get a pass. Oh, Howard Stern. He used to do blackface all the time and regularly have the N-word as part of your comedy. And how are you voting? And are you in? Oh, okay, yeah, you get a pass.
Remember that Joe Biden interview that he did?
Yeah.
That fluff piece?
Oh, yes.
Like a month before.
That was an embarrassment to Stern. Though.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, I don't know.
So bad. You're so great.
Last 10 years have been an embarrassment to Stern.
Oh, wow. George Clark, 31 years old, and he's not afraid to stick his stake in the ground and let you know. I'd like to know more, George, but we're in the middle of the lightning round here.
I invented that, by the way.
I stole everything from you.
You sent me this piece of audio here. Apparently, David Lynch was having an album listening party.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I came across this
live.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Live today, right before I got ready to go up and brush my teeth and come to work. I came across this. So David Lynch has a new album with that woman that he's enamored with, Krista Bell. These songs are, it's like Yoko Ono. I'm glad that she exists. Like, if you ask me over time, it's like, yeah, I'm glad that is a thing in the world. Do I actually listen to it? No. I love David Lynch. You don't have to. I'm not smarter than you if you don't like his movies and I do. You either like his movies or you don't. I'm one of the people who does like his movies. They resonate with me, as weird as they are. The music thing, not so much, but they had a live listening party, and I caught his introduction of track 10. The last track on the album. And David Lynch just makes me laugh. This is the listen along. I guess he must have introduced every track along the way. I came in late.
Track number 10. And the title is Sublime Eternal Love. And I wish sublime eternal love to all of you, to everyone. And thank you for being with us today. And we hope you enjoy this album. Sublime Eternal Love.
And he has that old man shaky voice.
Oh, he's getting old. He's very old.
Yeah,
He's
you don't
almost
have the
80 years
song?
old. Look it up. Sublime Eternal Love. You know what? I should have kept it because it starts to play. First of all, I caught it as the 9th song was ending. And then when Sublime
Eternal Love.
When that starts, it not only sounds a lot like the end of the last song that I heard, it always has this sort of Twin Peaks theme kind of sound to it. And unless you're really into the avant-garde,
he has about 5 albums on
some of his
Spotify.
stuff is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Some of his stuff is kind of like weirdly punk. And so does this not sound like Twin Peaks theme?
Ambient music, is that what this is?
No, because she starts singing.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
But she's been around for a while, so maybe
same kind of effect.
He is enamored. Billie Eilish, you upset? They're stealing your act.
I feel like I could don't cry.
If you want to hear 9 more songs that sound just like this,
Track number 10.
10.
Track number 10. Sublime Eternal Love.
I love him. I don't get, but again, like the Yoko Ono thing, I'm glad this exists. Will I ever listen to all 10 tracks? Well, it depends on what drugs are available at that time and who I'm hanging out with, but the answer is probably no. Doug Turnbull says there are still big problems on I-85.
Need something to chill it out? The tippers are probably flaring on 485 south below the Lenox Road area. Travel advisory, a crash at 3 right lanes on the Jam Cam. Overturned vehicle getting loaded on a wrecker. 85 south before 17th Street, exit 84. Still use Peachtree, Piedmont, or Monroe to get into downtown Atlanta, and you may even want to use 285 to bypass it. There may be new problems in Sandy Springs on the outer loop. 285 west after Roswell Road as people head toward Truist Park. 285 is jammed coming out of Dunwoody for whatever is holding that up. And we see rainy delays on the East Freeway. Jackson Heaton, Cool Ray, Kevringer Traffic Center.
Those rain delays are getting heavy. I-20 eastbound in DeKalb. As you're making your way through Stonecrest, you are backed up, and then between Lithonia and Conyers, both directions, you are on the brakes. Make sure you drive with caution. This report is sponsored by Great American RV Superstores. Adventure seekers and road trip enthusiasts, head to Great American RV Superstores today. Thousands of top brand motorhomes and towables ready for delivery and price to sell. Visit greatamericanrv.com. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mark Arum. And I knew you folks would step up.
He knows Atlanta.
Ask the girl behind the counter, what's your most popular cookie?
And Atlanta knows him.
Today, all of them.
Mark Arum.
He's the guy that talked about us on the radio.
Tomorrow at 9.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
If I said to focus your energy, where would you start? Let's say you run a business, a school campus, a hospital, or a government facility. Finding ways to save can be overwhelming, but Georgia Power has energy efficiency tips and rebates to help. Things like improving lighting with LEDs, making HVAC upgrades, adding building controls, and more. Look, you've got a business to run and numbers to hit. Georgia Power can help you focus your energy where it matters most. Learn more at georgiapower.com/biz.
Despite overwhelming support from Democrats and Republicans, time is running out for Congress to pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act, which will keep AM radio in cars. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Self-employed in 2021? You may be entitled to up to $32,220 in COVID tax relief. At smartsetc.com, our ex-IRS auditors leverage credentialed knowledge to help you understand your claim with no upfront costs. Don't miss out on this opportunity to maximize the claim you're entitled to. Take our short eligibility quiz at smartsetc.com now. That's smartsetc.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on Kroger brand 80% lean ground beef. 16-ounce and 3-pound packages are on sale now for only $3.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You know, I saw the reports that Tua got paid $212 million contract. I thought, just for being drunk in Nashville and telling some dude that you got to hawk Tua on that thing? And that's wrong. I knew she was going to make some money.
You get me?
She's kind of starting to lose a little bit of her
Yeah, but she's
fame.
on Bill Maher.
Yeah, she was.
Well, it's luckily we are.
Sublime eternal love.
Here's the next piece of audio.
He's going to dump her, though. You know that.
Oh, he's talking about Travis Kelce and
Taylor Swift with Hawk Tuber.
By the way,
He's gonna
hold on.
dump her.
If you're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, you're talking.
Track number 10. Sublime eternal love.
He's going to dump her, though. You know that.
No, I'm gonna be a Travis Kelce hater.
I mean, with her,
Stop
it's
for
like,
one
it's
second.
like
Would you have to restart every time? His name's Kelce. How hard is it to come and say Kelce?
Also, too, in the
I'm
interview,
become a Travis Kelce hater.
Bill Maher is stoned out of his mind, and she's over there
She's
drinking
like
a high noon.
Oh, she's a good country girl. She only has legal vices.
Yeah.
he's going to dump her, though. You know that.
No, I'm gonna be a Travis Kelce hater.
I mean, with her, it's like the Gatorade at the Super Bowl. You know you're going to get dumped. You just don't know when.
But you gotta think about it this way. If he does that, can you imagine the next album we're gonna get off of that?
Oh, here we go. Hawk Tuber.
These two should work together more
Yes, I
often.
can.
It won't be John Mayer no more. It'll be Travis.
That's
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
These two got
She
some good.
wouldn't sleep with me.
She's.
I know.
That's the only reason.
I'd sleep with
Why
you.
else would he have her on?
Why else would he have her on?
Yeah, he's really into
Everyone knows
specific women.
what Bill Maher is like. Hey, no, he's the guy. He's all right. He's never been accused of non-consensual.
Nobody said that.
I know. I'm saying.
I
to
like
everybody.
them young. Oh God, I really want.
I never said
that's
that.
a voice I want to be able to do.
Yeah,
Here you
you
go.
do Bill Maher pretty well.
Here, listen.
He's going to
It
dump
ain't
her,
that
though.
good.
You didn't care for it?
No, but you know what? I bet he got hot toe on that thing.
She doesn't do that.
Surrender, Dorothy.
You get me?
This next piece of audio goes back to.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta annoy the audience.
Ouch.
Let's go to Comic-Con, where Harrison Ford is tired of being asked annoying questions.
King of the Serpent Society. Who
Stop.
deals better with?
Wait, is he? That's who he is.
What?
He's announcing himself as the king of the Serpent Society.
That must be the news outlet he's representing.
That's right.
The Serpent Society. I would think that's kind of a.
I don't know.
King of the Serpent Society. Who deals better with snakes, Indy or Thaddeus Ross?
Who shot first, Guido
Right.
or Han Solo?
He said Guido.
You know, I've always treated these questions with the utmost respect and somehow at the same time complete disdain. I will not answer that stupid question. But thank you.
Yeah, no, of course.
I mean,
It's an honor to know.
delighted to have the opportunity.
Happy to provide it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
Oh, he's too old to impersonate.
Why?
Because he doesn't sound like himself
Yeah.
anymore. I'm old, man.
You can do it. Come on, Tim. Listen.
King of the
Guado, is it supposed to be?
It's Guido.
Guido.
No, Greedo. And
Greedo.
He calls
He's
him
like
Guido.
No anymore.
I didn't know he was in a mob movie.
He hasn't. Oh, for heaven's sakes! It
His
is a
voice is
dumb
going to get so
question.
deep and low that only elephants are going to be able to hear
Come on,
him.
Jabba.
Yeah.
It is a dumb question. He is
I'm
correct.
so tired.
Yeah. Why am I here?
Can I retire?
But he's been like this for.
A long time.
Well, he's
A couple-
83 or something. You know.
I know,
so
but I'm saying like since for 30 years he's been like this.
we never
Like
see.
you,
his-
you want to hear him in an interview and you're excited and then he's so boring.
We never see his wife. She was in one big show
Ally
and
McBeal.
then like never again. Nothing. We have no idea. Has
She
anybody
washes
seen
my
her?
planes.
She watches your planes. I mean, we haven't seen her. Has anybody seen her anywhere in
Oh
like
my gosh.
20, 25 years?
It's like it's like that cult in California. Where's his wife?
Gavin Newsom?
No, not Gavin. Newsom. I wasn't gonna say
Gavin
Newsom.
McLeod?
Shoot, what is her name? Well, forget
She
it. I
said
really
shoot.
messed
But
up
she
the
said
name
shoot,
of it.
Jared. Don't worry.
Don't ask me that.
Who
Story.
shot first, Guido
Right.
or Han Solo?
Guido or Han Solo.
You know, I've always
Oh.
treated these questions with the utmost respect and somehow at the same time complete disdain. I will not answer that stupid question.
All right. That music is telling us two things, Mr. Ford. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. And you know us. We always comply. Shelley Winter's been walking around, talking to the air, gesticulating. Hey, he's got a good show on tap for you.
I'm ready.
We got one more of these this week. We'll start it tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. Until then, continue on your journey. I do not piss off the Jeep.
I will not answer that stupid question.
At 6:56, Doug Turnbull of the Traffic Center. Better news into Midtown. They're picking up the last cones from this rollover crash. Happened an hour ago, 85 south on the jam cam before 17th Street, exit 84. 10-minute delays, though, on a Buckhead behind that. And now it looks like on the north side outer loop for those heading toward Truist Park, all lanes are shut, at least for now. Trying to get a big rig Pride out of the roadway, 285 west after Roswell Road, exit 25. That ride is slap slow right before Georgia 400 and taking 85 south out of town. Not a good alternate just yet. We also are watching problems into Swanee, Jackson Heaton.
Yeah, in Gwinnett County, 85 northbound, just past the 85-316 split, had some left lanes taken out due to a crash now on the right shoulder at Old Peachtree Road, exit 109, but delays were there, so continue to use caution. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
There are apps you have that are involved in your life that in their terms of service give them access to your driving data, and they're selling it off to insurance companies that then might fire you as an insured or raise your premiums because they're spying on you every mile you're driving. Look at the apps you have on your phone that are involved with driving and see, do you really need them? Are they safe for you to have on your phone?
Selling your home can be challenging with showings and costly home repairs. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, it doesn't have to be. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. With over 58,000 satisfied clients, you can trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home quickly and for the most money. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com. And start packing.
Hey, Atlanta. Shane Company knows shopping for diamonds is a big deal. We've been servicing you, your friends, and your family in Atlanta for nearly 50 years, so we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring. We also know you deserve a diamond as big as your love at a price that works with your budget, not against it. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Visit one of our 3 stores, Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw, and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. Then choose the setting that speaks to your style, pick your center stone, and add a decorative crown